you come back, begging for the same thing. You say you want another try, another try, another try. My oh my, this must be desperation time. 5 more years, you're asking, begging the people, you're old and feeble, a walking dinosaur, a political gangster, that's what you are. Now you see me, now you're done. Tired of the tricks, taking all from the poor, unrighteous hypocrite gangsters. Red and yellow, keep this up, and no country tomorrow. Screech. Here we go, no more complaining. Time for change, time for change. Tiger, time for change. Coalition of independence, Charlie Green and Lincoln Benning. Fighting with MacGyver and crew, all the team fighting for change. Patriots in black, COI, right or that. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. No, we did it instead of changes here. Go tell your mama, we had enough. We disobeyed. I guess say I was yellow one time ago. Now you change it to blue, all your dirty tricks. But guess what? It's still the same old you. The other shoe say we red, but we know you sleep in the same bed. Mother sick dread. Besides red and yellow shoe don't go. But black is more. Now you never take your rabbit and net. No more politics. Now you see me, now you don't. Sound familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. Don't be scared, changes here. I say, don't be scared, changes here. No fear, no fear. The Most High got ya, no weapon shall prosper. Yeah, shall prosper. Changing coming, changes here. Enough of the politics. You come back, begging for the same thing. You say you want another try, another try, another try. My oh my, this must be desperation time. 5 more years, you're asking, begging the people, you're old and feeble, a walking dinosaur, a political gangster, that's what you are. Now you see me, now you're done. Tired of the tricks, taking all from the poor, unrighteous hypocrite gangsters. Red and yellow, keep this up, and no country tomorrow. Screech. Here we go, no more complaining. Time for change, time for change. Tiger, time for change. Coalition of independence, Charlie Green and Lincoln Benning. Fighting with MacGyver and crew, all the team fighting for change. Patriots in black, COI, right or that. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. No, we did it instead of changes here. Go tell your mama, we had enough. We disobeyed. I guess say you was yellow one time ago. Now you change it to blue, all your dirty tricks. But guess what? It's still the same old you. The other shoe say we red, but we know you sleep in the same bed. Mother sick dread. Besides red and yellow shoe don't go. But black is more. Now you never take your rabbit and net. No more politics. Now you see me, now you don't. Sound familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here, we saying it loud and clear. Don't be scared, changes here. I say, don't be scared. The old gangster, they tryna trick us. Oh, y'all think we fool. Flapping lips, you come back, begging for the same thing. You say you want another try, another try, another try. My oh my, This must be desperation time. 5 more years, you're asking, begging the people, you're old and feeble, a walking dinosaur. A political gangster, that's what you are. Now you see me, now you're done. Tired of the tricks, taking all from the poor and righteous hypocrite gangsters. Red and yellow, red and yellow. Keep this up, 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 and no country tomorrow. Screech. Here we go, no more complaining. Time for change, time for change. Tiger, tiger. Time for change. Coalition of independence. Charlie Green and Lincoln Bailey. Fighting with MacGyver and crew. All the team fighting for change. Patriots in black, COI, ride or die. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here. He's saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here. He's saying it loud and clear. No, we did it instead of changes here. Go tell your mama, we had enough, enough. We disobeyed. I guess where you was yellow one time ago. Now you change it to blue or your dirty tricks. But guess what? It's still the same old you. The other shoe said we red, but we know you sleep in the same bed. Mother sick dread. Besides red and yellow shoe don't go. But black is more. Now you never take your rabbit and net. No more politics. Now you see me. Now you don't. Sound familiar.
Afternoon, Bahamas, and welcome to COI Live. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lincoln Bain, and of course we are live in Pinewood Gardens, and today we're going to be doing a little tour of Pinewood Gardens. Thank you to all of the people who are tuned in, to the tens of thousands of you who are tuned in. This week alone, we received over 3 million views. People from all over the world have been watching. 3 million views. And so people are very interested in what's going on in the Bahamas, and people are waking up all over the Bahamas. And I wanna thank you for that. This one is going to be interesting today. We're going to have some interesting conversations. Today. But I'm going to take you on a tour of Pinewood. And of course, we're going to talk about these documents that we found. Stacks and stacks of them. Stacks and stacks of them. All Chinese. And so we're not only being taken over from the south, we're being taken over from the east. And we're going to show you these documents and how this really affects you as a nation, how this affects you as a country, how it affects the young man, how the young men in this country, how it affects crime. We have to have a serious conversation about immigration in this country. And so they say we always talk about the Haitians, and that's because a major part of the problem is the Haitians. But another major part of the problem is the Chinese. Don't forget it is the COI that exposed when the Chinese were found in the hotel and Keith Bell gave the orders and lied on the Deputy Prime Minister and got the Deputy Director of Immigration to release them. Don't forget it was us who exposed that and other things that relate to the Chinese. But of course, today I'm going to show you these documents, and I'm going to show you how it affects our nation. Also, Luby Georges put a sick, decrepit post on Facebook, and we're going to go through that Facebook. Normally, I ignore him, but our country is in peril, and when we have evil, demonic people like Luby Georges, who is going to have to hopefully have to find his own country in a few days. When you have these kinds of people really trying to influence your elections, that's a serious problem. That's a serious problem. And so we're going to have all these conversations today. Sorry for starting late. There was inclement weather. There was some rain. And so setting up all of our technical stuff was not as easy as you think in all of this rain. So we're here live in Pinewood. And so we're going to do a little tour of Pinewood. It's going to be very interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave this set. We're going to jump in the back of a truck while we have light. and we're going to look at some issues in Pinewood, and then we're going to come back to the studio. I'm going to show you these documents, and we're going to have a conversation about immigration, etc. But before we do that, I want to thank everyone, all of our supporters who showed up and showed out yesterday for our motorcade. It was fantastic. It showed the Bahamian people that we are an A group. It showed the Bahamian people that the COI is a force to reckon with. I got calls from major players in the PLP saying that they were in shock. In fact, I ran into Brave Davis in Pinewood today. He came in Pinewood for breakfast today, and I ran into him in a restaurant, in Mimi's restaurant, and he too was shocked at the turnout. He thought it was impressive, the amount of people that came out. It was the biggest motorcade in history, all right? The biggest motorcade in history. And so we want to thank you for showing out. One PLP observer said they was there watching and said, while we were still on Gladstone Road at the back, the front was going up Blue Hill by Family Guardian. That's how big it was. And so that was fabulous. And so we know that we're a threat, and we continue to receive threats on a daily basis, receive rumors about hits and that kind of stuff. But I want you to stay strong, Bahamas. Freedom isn't free, and someone has to pay for it. And so we gotta keep going. Just got a call from another PLP insider saying that they're gonna try to arrest me before election or on election day. That would be dumb, but okay, go ahead. And that's their plot. They're saying that they're guaranteed that that's going to happen. They're trying to cook up something right now as we speak. Listen, the new Bahamas is coming, and y'all can't stop it. As simple as that. There's nothing you can do to stop it. The new Bahamas is here. And so we are crossing over into the new Bahamas. And so we thank God that he's given us the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding to educate our people. This movement is not about me. This is about the rise of a people. This is about the rise of a nation, the awakening of a sleeping giant, and that is the people of the Bahamas. This is about the awakening of the Bahamian people. And I am humbled that I was used to be able to be a part of this awakening, to be the humble servant, to educate you, the seer, the way shower, to show you what has been going on, to show you the world as it is, the Bahamas as it is, and to show you the Bahamas as it should be. Well, there's more to come, y'all. There's much more to come. And so we're going to head on the truck right now. We're going to head on the truck, and we're going to do a little tour of Pinewood. You know, I think beyond the head lies that the wicked station, not station, but the wicked show of Sebastian that they use to attack the COI on a daily basis says that I'm not in Pinewood. I've been in Pinewood. I never left Pinewood. I've been in Pinewood the whole time, not because everything I do doesn't make social media mean I've not been here. And so our impact is a national impact. But I've been here. I've been speaking out for the cause of Pinewood and the flooding, etc. I've been speaking out for the causes that we affected by in this nation. But you're going to see some things that you actually didn't know. Right now, I'm going to show you Pinewood. While we have some light, I'm going to show you Pinewood. Let's go take a little tour. Let's test the sound, make sure we have sound. We're good?
You're go inside the truck.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, my brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We coming right back here. Yeah.
Let them know what's going on around here.
Yes. No, less than that. Yeah, but 20.
Let them roll around. Go down. Straight down there. And come around the paved there. Bob.
Yeah, this Bob.
All right.
You expecting like that? Dad don't swear. Dad don't swear it.
Thank you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are on the truck. We're on the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're safe. You can go. And so we're going to do a little tour of Pinewood. Since they... say again? Oh, since they want to know what's going on in Pinewood, we're going to show them what's going on in Pinewood. But I don't think they're going to like our answer. There's some major issues, not just the flooding. There's some major issues around here. And, all right, so we're live on the road. What is a high-tech team? They got us in studio on the porch, and they got us on the truck live on the road. That's a high-tech team, and it's like CNN. It's like CNN. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pinewood, and I want you to notice the houses to the right and left. They're on hills. No, you don't have to. I want to go. They're on hills. Pinewood, yeah. All right. Pinewood was never a swamp. Pinewood is not a swamp. And I'm going to show you all some of that in a minute, but I want to start with something else first. Pinewood was not a swamp. Pinewood was actually had a lot of hills like Garden Hills. A lot of hills. Pinewood was hills, just like Garden Hills. But they cut it down and made hundreds of millions of dollars. We estimated $1 billion during the documentary that we put out there from cutting down the hills and building the homes in Pinewood. All right. Oh, look at this. Look at it. This water, there's a couple minutes of rain, you know. Just a couple minutes of rain. And this is an area that they elevated. So it actually used to be worse than this. Look, it's flooding in the PLP headquarters. It's flooded, the whole front of the PLP headquarters is flooded. The PLP headquarters is flooded in the front of it. All right? So if they ain't checking for themselves, you know they ain't checking for you.
Thank you.
All right? That's the PLP headquarters, and the water is flooded. The front of it is flooded. They can't even walk inside their entrance without walking in water. Just a couple minutes of rain. All right? And so, let them know we're making a right. And this is...
Right? We're making a right.
This is the Isaiah Taylor Park. Isaiah Taylor Park. I had lobbied for them to name it after Isaiah Taylor because he was the longest running resident of the Pinewood. They wanted to name it after someone else. All right. They wanted to name it after someone else, but I lobbied and I fought so that they could name this after Isaiah Taylor because he was living here from 1979, the first person living in this area. And he also is the famous leader of Bahamian, a world famous Bahamian. And so I told them it would be fitting for them to name it after him. All right. And so we are going, the first spot that we're going to is coming up right now. The first spot that we're going to is coming up and say, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it.
It's that right here. Stop. That's a pond.
Let's see if we could find an entrance. Tell them to circle a little bit. I know an entrance is there. Let's see if anything else is around here that we could see, get a good view without going in there because this area is dangerous. This is dangerous and toxic. Yeah, so put the camera over there. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at in Pinewood, next to homes, is a sewage, a large sewage that they have basically let grow up and be abandoned. And it's swampy. Right here? Oh my God. Okay, stop here, stop here, stop. Stop. All right, let's go. So, this right here is a sewage, and you can smell it?
Yeah.
It's horrible. And people live right next to this. All right, let me show them how close people are to this sewage. And the sewage is swampy now. Water, the mosquitoes, etc. live there. So show them how close people are to it. And so all of these people around here are suffering. The people around here are suffering every day, and we just drove here and we can smell this, and people have to live with this for years. People of Pinewood have had to live with this for years. All right? And I mean, it's even hard to talk because you can taste it. All right. You can taste it in your mouth as you're talking. Bahamians have to live with this. And they expect you to vote for PLP and FNM who did this to us. And the thing is damage, it's toxic, it's dangerous. All right? Let me just go to the entrance. And so they did nothing to fix this. Absolutely nothing to fix this. It's in there. It's so overgrown. It's difficult to see even where to go to get to it. And this is overgrown because this is where the sewer goes. All of the mess from Pinewood goes here. Every time you flush your toilet, it goes here. All right, and it's a horrible situation, and especially when the draft comes, and we can smell it now. It's hard to even be here, and it bothers me to even have to talk. I can eat a mint after this, and it gets worse than this. The mosquitoes in the evening start swarming from this area. So, Miles Rhoda, you're talking about what you do for Pinewood. This is not about a few little handouts and cookies and crumbs that you give to a couple individuals because you want to win an election. This is about the community. And let me tell the people of Pinewood, this will be fixed. This is horrible. All right? You master plumber, come here. Okay, let's look at it. Thank you. Jesus. This.
Round about there?
Yeah.
All that.
Okay. 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 We can check it out right now. In fact.
Come around there.
Okay, we go around there. All right. All right. All right. Let's go around. Before we.
Master Plumber.
Master Plumber, before we go, I mean, how dangerous is this to be untreated and open and everything else in this community?
It's very dangerous because you're looking at the sickness that it would cause, being the sewer gases. You may not be able to see it, but it is affecting people's health because of the toxicity of...
You have to put the mic on it if you want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which one? I have two mics on? Oh, one.
Just go closer.
Yes.
Just go closer.
It is it's a health hazard to people, especially the sewer gases. You cannot see it, but it's very toxic to a person's health, okay? Because of the high level of toxicity, all right? So this is a very health hazard that must be dealt with and should not have been allowed to even exist in the first
Years.
place. Should not.
Yeah, decades.
Okay,
And
so-
people around here are suffering. People
Right.
are getting cancer. All manner of things are happening to people.
And this is against the health code. This is against the building code. So our Ministry of Works should have already dealt with something like this, because we walked through here the other night and we smelled the high levels of toxicity. Being a plumber, they are the things that I detect first. Our nose is very important. So we detect things that the normal or basic people wouldn't be able to detect.
Yeah. Let's go around to the other side so people can get a better view.
That smells good now. When we walked here, but we couldn't breathe.
Yeah, yeah. It was hard to breathe around here. Yeah. So we got it. Thank you. So, someone gave me this to listen, because from the talking and you can taste it in your mouth. Yes. Yeah. It's horrible. And so this is the kind of suffering that the people of Pinewood are going through. It's not just the flooding problem. Can you imagine flooding along with the sewer that's causing contamination and the contamination of the groundwater? This is, I mean, horrible. All right? And people have to, all right, my brother. All right. Yeah, hold on, stop. Look here, man. Don't put him on camera. We ain't gonna put you on camera. No. Where the thing is? Where that? You live here, right?
Yes, sir.
There's a sewer.
Yes, sir.
How does the sewer affect you?
Very bad. Very, very bad.
What?
Bad for years. You ain't just that.
Yes?
Yes.
And so, what has the government done about this?
They don't do nothing, man. It's the same government. PLPF and them, PLPF and them. The people gotta realize and try something green now.
Wow.
We gotta go green.
But we getting black.
Yeah, we can go black.
COI.
Yeah, we can go. We got Lincoln Bin.
Yeah.
Whatever color Lincoln is, that's what we got.
All right.
Lincoln Bin.
Yeah, man.
Use make all the sense for the people.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fight for the people.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we was here the other night, and I mean the smell was horrible. How do you all live with that?
We just gotta. We can't do nothing with this corrupt government. We gotta get them out.
Wow.
They only for themselves.
Wow.
The rich.
All right.
The poor.
All right. We just wanted to address this issue, so the whole Bahamas is watching, and we have to address this. There's no reason humans should have to be living like this. This is disgraceful. Yeah.
For the amount of time they've been in power and promise us this and that.
For the amount of time
they've been in power. The two government, PLP and FNM, when they get in power, they don't do nothing but the sewer.
Wow.
For years. So we gotta go Lincoln Bin.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All right. Power to the people. Let's go. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the people around here and all of these houses have to live with this. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, more sewer lines. You'll see it when we get around the other side. There's nothing they can do, you know, but to just live with this. It's disgraceful. And they have this whole area as sewer. So we're going around now to where you can get a better look of it. And so notice, nothing from the FNM and Denari Road on this. Nothing from the PLP and Miles Road on this. Nothing from them on this. People just have to suffer. All right. So this is this sewer that affects hundreds of people in this part of Pinewood. Why does this thing open up? Why does this thing jerry-rig like this? The sewer is open up. Jesus. You smell that? Jesus. Listen, farmers. The cameraman holding his nose. Farmers. I can see what people are going through, and no one in the FNM or the PLP cares. This is a deep pit that is constantly being filled. They got this jerry-rigged with rope tie up to hold something up. They got a chain hooked up
of the pump. That is
Hold on. I gotta hear you. Hold on. Which one? Where it is? I can't see it. You got both? Okay.
Anyone?
yes,
What's happening now?
yeah, there's a chain that is connected to a pump down in this lift station that is not properly secured. Number one, if you look around here, we are actually walking in feces. So
my
this feces
God.
is actually going into the table, which is contaminating a large body of water that is all in the Pinewood area. You may think that the sewer just went down here, but no, that spread for miles because
What?
of the porous the porous in the limestone. So the sewage would not just sink down and go straight into the ground. That would actually spread out. Okay, so this is a real health hazard and needs to be addressed ASAP. And also,
Did you ever imagine that this was going on right here?
never. This is the first seeing this.
Wow, this man is a master plumber. Jesus. Look at see what kind of view we could get on that. Listen, don't fall in there. I wish y'all could see. This is a deep pit, and it's like it's soaking into the. It's gonna soak into the water table, and I see it saying. A good what? Oh. And like he said, we're walking in feces. This is my good lambskin shoes. I gotta throw away now. Huh? This is the tissue that people flush down the toilet. This is tissue that people flush down the toilet. You see it's on top of the ground. All of this, show them good. Show them progress. This is progress. This the F&M saying they working for you. Can you ever see someone working for you and this the results you get? All the money and taxes we pay in. All right? Jesus. Y'all see the progress? Look at the tissue on the ground. The smell here is horrendous. You smell it? Jesus. And this is toxic. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just feces and tissue. It's also a lot of chemicals like bleach and ammonia and all of the other products that you put down your sink. All of these are mixed together. And it has a toxic situation. And this thing is open up to the elements. Look at the jerry rigging. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. One chain wrap round, holding on to one rusty pipe and a rusty, dirty, mildew-filled rope attached to it.
So can you get this cleared though?
Look at that. And the feces, all the tissue they flush is all over the place. Jesus. What's that? Hold on. Go ahead.
This pipe here that is broken on there, so whenever this pipes, whenever they start to pump, the feces and stuff flow from out of the pipe onto land. And so you have another set of feces contaminating this area. So don't think that it ends here. This can go for miles.
What?
So contamination.
But you can look in the valve and you can see that it looks like feces and urine, etc. inside the valve.
Yeah.
Don't touch nothing now. Don't touch nothing now. We need you for the 12. Jesus. Someone's calling me?
See, they film this under this.
This is horrendous. There's tissue all over the place. So that pumps, look like it pumps over, overflows. This is Pinewood Gardens. And show them how close the houses are to this. Show them how close the houses are. And you all around here talking about who do what in Pinewood? LaRota did what in Pinewood? This is not a big fix. And let me tell you all a secret. They got the $20 million to fix the flooding problem in Pinewood. Again. This is not the first time They borrowed $20 million for that. And guess what happened? They did nothing. They didn't put the first shuffle. They got $20 million to fix the flooding problem in Pinewood. And they did nothing. The money is stolen as far as I'm concerned.
$20 million to do what?
To fix the flooding problem.
Ain't fixed yet.
Kalis got another, when Kalis was in, they got another $20 million.
Ain't fixed yet.
Ain't fixed yet. They take the money, use it for election. So that money you all getting, that they giving you little stuff and fixing your roof now, and the little giveaways they're giving you, that's your $20 million they borrowed, I believe. All right? That's the $20 million that was supposed to fix your real problems. Now imagine when the flooding starts, and the sewage here, and all that water is everywhere. Jesus. Jesus. And so that's also a health risk because mosquitoes and other stuff, that's liquid. Mosquitoes, etc., are going to live in that. Mosquitoes are going to live in that, and they swarm from this area.
Yeah.
All right?
Hold this on.
No, don't put it on yet, because I might have him talk again. Yeah.
He said he could. He wanted on his end. He wanted again.
Yeah, I can put it on in a minute, producer. All right, so this is the sewage. Just their little generator here, and another little rusty door. And I want you to understand, both the F&M and PLP own Arawak Homes. Brent Simonette, Craig Simonette, Frankie Wilson, Bradley Roberts, Bismarck Oakley, and others. I want you to see that it's both the F&M and the PLP, not one. They did this to us. They knew what they were doing. They did this to us. Let's continue to talk.
Read that just to show them the danger of what it is.
Read it. Okay, read it to them.
Sewer gases. Okay. Sewer gases is a toxic, flammable mixture of hydrogen, sulfide, methane, ammonia, and other gases. So this is the dangerous elements that you're dealing with in sewer gases. You may just think you're smelling a bad odor, but all of these things are within these gases. This is actually flammable. So you could have an explosion, in other words, okay? So this is, you can go and Google it. Google sewer gases.
Wow.
And see the amount of chemicals that is within the gases, and that your life and your health is at risk.
So I can guarantee you, on May 13th, Miles Zaroda and Brave them have to find that $20 million immediately, and we're going to fix this problem immediately. Because what affects you affects me. All right? They're going to have to fix this problem. This is horrible. Jesus. The neighbor said mosquitoes, snakes, everything coming from in here. It is horrible. All right? And they got some big snakes in here. All right? This is horrible. All right, and the smell is horrendous. I mean, when I say horrendous, I mean horrendous. Find out. You don't have to be on camera. This is horrible.
That smells terrible. I'm on the bus along with someone.
All right, so ladies. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's continue. So, yeah, we're going to show, we're going to go back here and go to the park in the back here. You know, I get it? You could go this way. Yeah, all right. Let's saddle up. Let's go, everyone. Okay.
Hold this on this.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Miss Dawson, I want to talk to you before we finish about what happened in Elizabeth. Not now, later.
Yeah, man. That's a young, that's a young boy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We're going to do the park here and then the park out here. All right.
Donkey.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you see how bad this is?
Want me to say something?
I don't think they could hear you because you're not the mic on you. All right?
Yes.
Later, once we get back there, you can talk. Jesus.
What'd you say, Joey?
People have to live with this. Look frozen.
And this is their greatest investment.
Yeah.
Home is the greatest investment.
Your home is the greatest investment. People can't go anywhere.
No.
This is it for them.
That's it.
And no one is standing up for the people of Pinewood.
Right.
That man is in the House of Assembly. All right, that LaRota man is in the House of Assembly every single week. And not one time when he mentioned this. Not one time.
I don't think it's aware of it.
Yeah, he probably don't even know Pinewood like that. He ain't from Pinewood. You know, when he was an adult, they say he moved into Pinewood for a couple of years. He said 1985. In 1985, he was in his 20s. All right? And so we wasn't raised in Pinewood like I was. That's why I know Pinewood. And no one is standing up. And so to the people of Pinewood, this, what they think of you. According to our estimates, they made about $1 billion off of Pinewood Gardens. Our estimates, all right? And we told you the document related to that. That's F&M LP. They did this to you. But you were still because you just love your party. You can't love your party more than you love yourself. You cannot. All right? And so they made money while they made us suffer. They knew these homes were only for temporary use. Yeah. And so there's people letting us know they're watching the live. Yeah, this way. You know where we go. And so we cannot love politicians more than we love ourselves. Bahamas. And so for the people of Pinewood, do you see this?
What?
This is what is affecting your water table. This is what is affecting you. Let me get on here. Hello. I am awesome. Of course. Yes.
Joey, do you want
Okay. All right. Let me put you on.
Okay, hold on, Joey.
Let's just do a check first and make sure. This is one of the managers. Put it right here. Former manager from water and sewage, and so he wants to bring some clarity on some things. Let's keep going. Let him go to the park.
Going to the park. Go to the park. Keep going.
Go ahead, Mr. Bastian.
All right. Basically, what should happen in Pinewood?
Joey, let me know if you could hear.
When persons flush their toilets and or drain water into their kitchen sinks or sinks in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, that water is conveyed through their sewer disposal pipes to what would be a lift station, which would be a cavity similar to what you just showed persons at that site.
Yes.
And from there, the pumps would then pump that sewer water to the wastewater treatment plant, where that waste would be treated to remove all the bacteria, all the solids, and so on. The waste is then chlorinated. The remaining wastewater, once all of the solid material has been removed from it, through screening processes, deaeration and the like. And that remaining water would be treated with chlorine or some sort of disinfectant. And from the remainder of that water, once treated, would then be conveyed into a deep injection well.
Yes.
What has happened with many of the systems, the sewer systems throughout the country, the wastewater treatment plants are in disarray or disrepair, and you would have untreated wastewater being disposed of in those deep injection wells, and that is the problem that you're seeing there at that site.
Wow.
And you'll see it around many of the wastewater treatment sites throughout this country.
Wow.
So it's a situation that has been left unchecked, despite millions of dollars being spent to repair it. They haven't repaired it, and it's a health situation just sitting there, and it's causing a lot of problems throughout this country.
And for those watching,
I see that you guys have identified those types of problems there in Pinewood. And I can tell you there was a lot of money under CDB and IDB going
Yeah.
spent to correct these problems.
Yeah.
And apparently they haven't been corrected.
wow. And so just so persons watching this know, you're an expert in this area and you were one of the managers at Water and Sewerage.
That's correct. And I was the engineer of responsibility for an IDB loan that was supposed to correct those.
Wow. And what happened to the IDB loan?
Well, the money is gone, I can tell you that.
What?
You can see the state of the plants.
What?
All right. So there's a lot.
Hold on, wait. We got the loan?
Oh yeah, the loan was, the monies were received. Persons were contracted to do these works, and the works, obviously, you see the state of what you saw there. They're in disrepair. A lot of works were done, and I can tell you, many of the jobs, as I understand it, and this is post my retirement from the place, a lot of monies were spent, and the Bahamian people did not reap the benefit of it because you see that the facilities are not functioning.
Wow. Wow. And so I guess millions of dollars were borrowed, millions of our money, the Pinewood people's money, after all they put us through in Pinewood. And no one stood up for Pinewood. No member of parliament stood up to make sure it was done. They just kept their mouth shut, enjoyed their little money, enjoyed their kickbacks, and did nothing for the Bahamian people. None of them stood up.
You understand that if you go to any wastewater treatment plant in New Providence, I guarantee you, at least 90% of them are not functioning.
Wow.
Okay?
Do you remember how much the loan was?
I think that tranche of the loan was $36 million.
What?
If I recall correctly. $36 million.
They borrowed $36 million to fix this problem and didn't do it. Jesus.
Yep. Like I said, there was multiple wastewater treatment plants and it was called major works and minor works. The major works were the wastewater treatment plants. I think, if I recall correctly, there's about three or four of them that were supposed to be rehabilitated. And there were minor works, which would be those lift stations with the same chamber that you saw there, with the lift pumps in them, sewer pumps. Those were supposed to be rehabilitated.
Wow.
And I think, if I recall correctly, and again, all of this happened post my retirement, I think it would have been about 11 of them.
Jesus.
If I recall correctly. All right.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much for being a patriot.
There's a lot of problems throughout this country where monies are being spent, and the Bahamian people are not reaping the benefits of it. And that's why I repeatedly caution you guys with respect to CDB and IDB loans and IMF loans.
Yes.
We need to be careful in engaging those loans because many times the benefit of the funding is not the final, the recipient or the benefits we're not getting.
Wow. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate your call. I appreciate you being a patriot and speaking out.
No problem, my friend.
All right. So again, that was a professional who worked at Water and Sewerage, who was responsible, the engineer responsible for this stuff, and responsible for brokering the loan that they got $36 million. That tranche, it was more than that, but that tranche was $36 million to fix this problem, Pinewood. And it didn't happen. Kalis didn't fight for it. Maynard didn't fight for it. Woodside didn't fight for it. Reuben Ramming didn't fight for it. And Mazaroda didn't fight for it. Because their parties have no interest in helping you, because they've already done you in. And so now I want to show you the $141 million that being spent on parks, and 171 million, sorry, the 141 million was the overrun, in addition to the $30 million, it was a $30 million budget. So $171 million, this is the baseball park in Pinewood. Now, after all these years, they talking about a PPP to put a community center here. They flamming you again that it's going to happen after election. Pinewood be tired of hearing that. And so this park right here, they can flam you again. They keep talking about it. But this is the park that's been sitting like this for many years. I didn't hear any of those men because their children know how to go. Because they ain't from here. This is sewage. How could a park that's still open and access and children can come here and you have an open cesspit? Look at this. Show them that. Show them that.
Yeah.
Do you see? Jesus. This is look at, you can see the mosquitoes swarming in there. This is a mosquito hazard. How could the government be putting out notices telling you to take the water out your flower pots in your yard and all this kind of stuff? And they have, so I can't take calls yet. As soon as we get back to the studio, we'll take calls, all right? So unless you have something to contribute or you're expert in this area, I can't take your call. And so children can come here and children can get hurt. A child could fall in this and drown. Look at this. There's water in there. This is a cesspit. A child could come out here, especially in the dark, because there's no light, walk in here and drown. You can walk in there and get trapped and can't get out. Look at this. This is what they have just sitting around in Pinewood because they don't care about you. All right? Jesus. Look at the bathroom. Look at the bathroom. Progress. Vote for Miles. Look at this. Look, oh, Jesus, it smells horrible.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at it. $141 million. Now they're going to argue about who's responsible for this park or who isn't responsible for this park. Listen, if we got $171 million, you can include this park. I don't care who you think or is responsible for this. This glass bottle, be careful walking on those glass bottles, all right? Cameraman, it's right by your foot. Yeah. All right, let's go. Man, this is horrible. Wow, that one is worse. You're talking about vote for Miles?
You're a young man?
Good day, how you doing? Look at this, come. Look at this. Look at this. Get a good look at that. That's rotten. Look at this. Everything grown up. I mean, this is horrendous. This is horrible. This is embarrassing. The population of Pinewood is probably 20,000 humans. That's adults and children. All right? So 5,544 voters, but imagine all of those who are not voters and the children in the house. So you're probably looking at about 20,000 persons. Let's just estimate, don't hold me to that. And so 20,000 of your citizens, can you imagine how much tax each of them pays? Can you imagine? 20,000 people? Can you imagine how much tax they pay? Can you imagine if they only pay $2,000 a year in taxes? Just calculating the VAT alone. You know what those numbers are? You know how much money you're making from our people? And this what we get? You borrowing money and then squandering the money? Y'all saw at Bahamas? They just borrowed again, all over the news with $20 million. $20 million. Saying for Pinewood flooding problem. They did another PPP for this. Not one shovel in the ground. And they the shovel in the ground kings. Listen, they'll put a shovel in the ground for a barbershop. And this is grown up baseball field full of shepherd needle. So if you're looking for shepherd needle, or because that's healthy, you get all your bush medicine right here. This is disgraceful. All right? This is disgraceful. So no one on the TV shows that's promoting the PLP or the FNM is talking about the real issues that people have to deal with. Let's keep going. And see, they got the swings and everything right there, but the swings broken, etc. But the children can still go on the slides, etc. So they can come and play on this because they're not blocked off from this. And so you see this dangerous hazard here, nails sticking up, rotten wood. This is what they are doing to the Bahamian people, and this is what they think of you. Let me tell you something, the day I get in that house, this party is over. This playing around, this playground, borrowing money in our name, and then squandering it, this is over. We can fix this. Yes, and the light out here doesn't work. There's also a tennis court there that's totally destroyed. Yeah. The swings, everything just destroyed. Let's keep moving because we can run out of time. Let's keep moving. This is. Wow. This is what they think of you. You see? Growing up, you know, another dangerous. And these people talking about they giving out little trinkets on Mother's Day, out little trinkets for Easter, etc. And wouldn't fix the problems the community is faced with. Bahamas, y'all better wake up. They just borrowed $20 million. $20 million. They was all over the news bragging about it. Had a whole town hall meeting in Pinewood to flam y'all. Where the money gone? They're using it for election. All right? They're using it to swing you, to give you crumbs so that they could come back in again, or another party come in, and they get rich and you get nothing. I've been fighting for the Bahamian people, including Pinewood, for over 20 years. When they was breaking down the homes in Pinewood, the same Arawak homes, and Linden Pillen Estates and Nassau Village, when they broke down the church and 10 homes, I stood up for those people. I stopped Arawak homes. They couldn't break down another home at great risk. All of a sudden, I got a threat. And my business was burned down. The same business that everyone has all this talk about with this money that is owed. It's because I didn't mind my own business. It's because I was fighting for the people that I got victimized. And it left me with issues that lasted today. Not because I was fighting for myself, because I was fighting for the people of Pinewood. So I don't want those people on Beyond the Head Lies to ever minimize what I have done in Pinewood and continue to do. Because I lost everything fighting for the people of Pinewood. I ain't complaining. Tell them go to the main park.
Go to the main park.
Isaiah Taylor Park. I lost everything fighting for others. I could have minded my own business and been living my best life.
Taylor Park.
When that business burned down, I was left with $1,100 in my name. We had just invested everything to have a good Christmas. And then I was gonna retire and turn the business over to my staff, give it to them. But we got burnt out as soon as the inventory reached. Don't minimize. I sacrifice for this. I do what people could only talk about in secret. Because I stood up to Arawak Homes and saved, and they had already given, that's the road car there. The road following me?
Number 18? That's
Yeah.
Number 18?
Yeah, that's it.
See him there, show him. Yeah, LaRoda following me. So they're watching the live now. LaRoda, come, LaRoda.
Come.
I need him. Yeah, we're going right here.
Where you coming around to?
Yeah, right here.
Right here. Come around.
People don't come on the live and clarify some things.
There you go, straight around. Yeah, LaRoda running. Tell him come. So this is another park, and they have this water situation on it. All right, they have a water situation on it. They basically broke this down and left this unkept and untaken care of. All of the fish, I'm told, in it is gone. And it's not maintained. What's all that stuff jumping in there? That's mosquitoes. And so all right, and so this another thing they put here, and it's unkept, not properly taken care of, and this is another hazard, and this should not be opened up and left here unkept in the state that it's in. All right, normally they have these kind of retention areas even in the US in neighborhoods, but they don't leave it like this. All right. And in some instances, it's dug in a certain way that water from around the community comes there. But you can't do that here because this is too low. The water table is too low for this. And so what they need is the solution that's on my website, votelincolnbain.com, which shows my plan for Pinewood. And it shows how we're going to pump the water out and pump it to the canals. This is nonsense. All right? And it doesn't help in any way. All right? It doesn't help in any way. All right? So we just wanted to show you that this is senseless in the way that they did it, all right, and left it so unkept. The land behind you uneven, so be careful. All right, so we're gonna continue. We're going to continue. Give me one sec. Say again? A meter?
Water meter.
No.
So, my son practiced the Pinewood Park.
How y'all doing? Hi, good to see you.
I heard you on time.
Okay.
My son
I still on, by the way.
practiced the Pinewood
Right.
Park for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who practiced on Pinewood Park at that time had to use my bathroom.
What?
So I was looking for a water meter. So whenever you get a chance, see if they can find a water meter for that bathroom.
Okay.
Because I know someone who renovated that during that time.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, but if you renovated the restroom, why don't you have a water meter? I asked a few people from Water and Sewage about a water meter. Never found a water meter.
Where is it?
Yeah. So I never.
I one person's hair, would you say?
Yeah. I never found a water meter there, right?
So people were coming to use your bathroom.
They was using my bathroom. So it was the organization was there was elite.
Yes.
So everyone who practiced for their organization used my restroom at the time. So I was concerned because my son was in the same organization, right? But so it's a guy named Nelson who renovated the restroom. So I asked him, I said, if you renovate the restroom and you finish, how would you get paid? Because when you work for government, you have to have water on to get your final payment. So he just laughed. You know what I mean? So for years, I was concerned. So I asked people from Water and Sewage, so I took it upon myself to look for a meter. I never found a meter there. I mean, if they find it, no one nowhere. So why give a contract to someone who never put a water line in to get a final? So he got a final payment. So I always concerned about that. So everyone who worked who was on the park in the organization used my restroom. Because my son was in it, so I didn't have a problem with it.
Wow.
So when you get a chance, tell them find a water meter and tell them find out how Nelson got his final payment.
Yes.
For the restroom under the PLP.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. It was given. Good to see you all. All right. Thanks for those persons for being patriots and coming and telling us what's actually going on in this country. It's time for Bahamians to stand up, man. It's time to talk. This country is broken in every way. So you're going to go. There's the driver.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, bro.
Let me tell him. I guess you could make that first thing right there. We go in back to that the corner over there. You know how you get to the barber shop?
Yeah.
All right, so right, the house on the hill before that. We can stop right there.
What are you saying, man?
All right, how you doing, my brother? Good to see you, man. All right. Good to see you, man. All right.
Okay, man.
All right.
You're gonna make it on this one?
Huh? Hey. Yeah, man.
But I'm gonna catch up with you.
Wow. Thank you, man.
I'm gonna ask that.
Thank you, man.
All
right, awesome.
Scholarships.
Yeah.
You know, I'm outside of Broward County, but you know, there's a man called Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I got no record.
Yeah.
I ain't got it, but I love you, man.
Thank you,
I
man.
love what you're doing. I believe in you.
Thank you.
And you're the new hope because we gotta look at life like everybody already had chances. It's time for something new.
Yeah.
And I see you fight. I
Thank
see you
you.
do things that others never did.
Thank you.
We need to clean the country up.
Thank you, man.
We're losing our land by.
All right.
We're losing our beaches. We're losing our respect. We're the richest, the purest thing in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And as that,
God bless you.
as citizens, it should be treated better. The BTVI need to be demolished, find a new ground.
Yes.
So technology to be fully developed to give us the trace that we need to not hire. I helped build that cruise port. They owe me about $18,000.
What?
Did me wrong. When I talk to you, I'll touch your heart. But I need to get a link for you because I don't keep you held up.
803-5995.
Because I looked just
803-5995. Let's get here quick. Don't put it on camera. All right. Hello? Hey. All right. Gotta be quick, we on the clock. Gotta be quick, we on the clock. All right, I come back another time, okay? All right, let's roll. All right, because we on the clock. They wanted to hail me. No.
No.
Oh, you all right?
You better catch him now. But another time.
How you doing? No, they ain't been no camera in it. They ain't gonna put you on camera. All right. Hold this microphone for me. Y'all just give me 1 sec. No,
Producer, head to something else and tell they come back to him. I got the mic in my hand, so I can say how the whole line is. Okay, then leave it there. Leave it there. Hey, come on. Look, I mean, can Lincoln.
All right, we gotta run. That's family was staunch PLP, and now they're 100% with the COI. They're there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you, my brother. Love you too, man. Love you
Keep
too.
fighting, man.
Yeah, man.
You too, man.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a little history of Pinewood. I'm not trying to show you negative stuff with persons, but just the government responsibility. All right, the government's responsibility, because they're getting loans on these things. They're getting loans. They got a loan to fix the flooding problem in Pinewood, and did nothing. All right, and this isn't the first time that they've gotten loans. Remember, Kayla said it's on the Prime Minister's desk. All right, over and over. And it's just $10 million, man. That's one trip. That's one trip for Fred Mitchell and his boys. That's one trip. They squandering buying steak and lobster and caviar, the expensive set. One trip. Michael Pintard and Brave Davis went on one trip to England and it cost $1.5 million. Pintard never complained with Brave them trips again. Never. He was complaining with Brave them trips. Brave said, okay, I can take you next time with me. Pintard bags was packed. Ready to go. Parking, ready to go. All right, and some of the streets are flooded from this little bit of rain. I won't. Yeah. So, if we have time, I'll drive through before we get back to the studio. But I want to show you some stuff that way.
Right.
Take a right.
All right, and so we need real change in this country, man.
Yeah.
You know, we got to shake this. We got to shake this thing up. We're not getting any results with PLP and F&M over and over and repeatedly. We're not. We're just simply not. It doesn't matter how worthy you think someone else is. You know for a fact that if you put the PLP back, they can fail you again. You know for a fact that if you put the F&M back in, they can fail you again. That's a fact. Hold on, tell them slow down by the PLP headquarters. Slow down. Look at the thing is flooded. Look at it, flooded. All right. All right. Don't put him on camera now. All right. All right, my brother. Let's go. All right. And so the yard in front of the PLP headquarters is flooded. It's going down a little bit now. And so if they own yard flooded, you think they care about y'all?
No, thank you.
They ain't worrying about y'all? Y'all think y'all getting community center? How long the talk's been going on? Y'all think y'all getting your flooding problem fixed? How long the talk's been going on? How much money? Yes. How much loans have they gotten and squandered? Get the loan and the money disappear. Stop on the first corner.
Stop on the first corner. Walnut. Yeah, this is right here. This is the first corner right here.
Yeah, I won't get off.
Yeah, I want to get out. Right here.
I came here to show you the history. Let's come over here. It's a little better over here. To show you the history of Pinewood. This is a house on a hill. And that's because Moscow developed these houses around here. You can see these look a little bit different from the Pinewood Awak Homes houses. And so they had stopped the cutting. Pinewood was hills. Pinewood was all hills, all right? And if you go to certain parts of Pinewood, you're gonna notice houses on hills. If you go through Thatch Palm Avenue, if you go through Walnut Street, etc., you're gonna see houses on high rises on hills. All of Pinewood was like that, but they cut down the hills so that they could make the money selling the limestone, because the limestone is where the value is. They made an estimated $1 billion cutting down the limestone. Pinewood was just like Garden Hills. Pinewood was not a swamp. It is not a swamp. Pinewood is still a minimum of 20 feet above sea level. I did a live and I showed you, because they have the maps of the world where you can see online. You can go and test it, where you can see the elevation. Some areas is 20 feet, 25 feet, 26 feet above sea level. Pinewood is not a swamp and is not below sea level. The problem is that because they did so much dynamiting with the canals in the back, the canals is right to the back here, and they did all that excavation work with all the digging and dredging, all of the crevices and holes that's underground where the water can go under and escape to, they've been crushed, they've collapsed because of all the heavy machinery and all the shaking, etc. So they've collapsed. And so now the water has nowhere to go. So it takes long for it to dry up, mostly from the sun, and it takes long for it to go underground because it can't get in any crevices. It's stuck. Okay? And so that's why Pinewood flood, not because it is a swamp. They put that swamp lie on you all so you could just settle and say, oh, it's a swamp, ain't nothing they could do. That's a lie. They made the money with all the work they did here, dredging and cutting, exploding, etc. And they made $1 billion off of you. And when they built Pinewood, they knew the situation, and they never thought to put one drain in the beginning. Not one drain. Not one. They just built it and said, yeah, y'all go live there. And that was that. They did this to us. F&M and PLP, mafia, gangsters, did this together. I'm going to take you to the back of Pinewood now to show you where Pinewood ends, so you can see where the cutting stopped. Let's go. How you doing? You all right? I live. I want to catch you on the live. Yes, of course. Of course. Good to see you. So you go right through here, and then take a left and go straight down to the end of the corner. But tell you can't go no more.
Go straight down and then
straight to the end till you see a cliff in the front of you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just showing you a few things with, no, hold on. Tell the driver, go straight down on this road. Go straight down on this road till you reach the bush on the left. Past the next corner. Go ahead. All right. Straight down. Keep going. Keep going. Right here. Right here. Right here. Oh, we can't get in from this way. Well, anyway, I just want you all to see this. This is pine wood. And if you look to the bush, you can see some banana trees, etc. There's a actual Haitian village in Pinewood. There's Haitian immigrants living right through this cut in the back here. This is Bay Geranium Avenue. And I don't have time to go through this thick bush. We can actually go the other way by the park to get in here. But the residents have identified to me that they have come and they've moved into this area. All right. And this is in Pinewood Gardens. We'll get to that another time. But all I can say to them, I know they're watching, this Pinewood, we don't play that around here. Pack up and leave.
And get out.
All right? And so let's go. Turn right, and then make a left and go straight down.
Right and then left.
All right? What's up? And so, yes, that's in Pinewood. One is right there. All right? And so, they did this to us. They disadvantaged us. They hurt us. Most of the people have had to change their roofs. If you look at the change is here. Change is here. All right. And so most of the people, if you look at the roofs, producing and working with me, all the roofs are not these concrete roofs anymore. They've had to change their roofs because all of their roofs have collapsed. People have died because the ceilings have dropped on their heads. People have died. I know 2 people who died because the concrete ceiling dropped on their heads. And everyone has had to change their roofs basically. Some people didn't have the money to really do any of it, but look at all the roofs. That's work, that's money that people had to reinvest because Frankie Wilson and Branson and them made all of this money off of the Bahamian people, you know, and that's what it is. So make a left when you get there.
Take a left.
And so that's what Bahamians have had to go through in this country. I mean, it is shameful. So these people talking about it. The Nari rule is, I love you, young man, but you're not from Pinewood. You cannot feel Pinewood. You could do nice and stuff to kids, and anyone can do that. But in terms of feeling the issues of the people of Pinewood, no. I had to walk through these waters. And I've been advocating for this before I was interested in politics. Go straight down to the end. Show the water. See? Yeah, this water I had to walk through. That little bit of rain. All right, come back to me. That little bit of rain, couple minutes, and you already got water. All right? And so I'm gonna fight to fix this. All right? So we're going straight to the end. This is Pinewood. This is the corner where our headquarters is, and if you come straight down from our headquarters and straight down to the end, I'm only bringing you here to show you, all right, bringing you here to show you that Pinewood is not a swamp. This is the end of Pinewood, and this is where they stop the cutting. All right? That's more, because that's taller than me. So, I'm 6 feet tall, and as you can see, that is higher than me. This house is newly being built. Someone just bought this property. But this is the end of Pinewood, all right? The last corner, all right? Pinecrest. And so, Yes. All right. And so, as you can see, this is hills. So this is where they would have finished cutting. And so they cut all of the regular area of pine wood down. It was hills, big hills. And they cut it down and brought it here. They stopped here, sorry. And if you look carefully, you can see the tractor marks, etc., that was in here where they cut this down. All right. So,
my darling.
How you doing?
Yeah, you know I live to Jacaranda.
Yes.
They fix the road, everybody rejoices and they fix the road, right? But they throw all the things down the drain and they close off some of the drain. So now, if it's heavy rain now, the water go in
your yard.
No. And you can't flush the bottom.
Whenever you put elevate road next to houses, the water now goes in the houses, in the yards.
My yard little elevate, but then they throw the things in the drain.
What?
Cars in the drain. And so it's no place for the water to go.
Is it Jacaranda?
I live in just to be the waste corner. When see Jacaranda for 8, 9 days, you even can't use your bathroom. You see in the nighttime what he was saying about the sewer, the sunfly and the mosquitoes, them. I put Jacaranda Street, my friend Nara, she's sick. Every week she's sick.
What?
She across the road from there. They ain't doing nothing. They should need a build from the days.
Wow. Don't worry, only 9 more days.
Yeah.
9 more days.
Talking about the sewer, who fixing the road?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's take a quick trip down to Jacaranda where, because we had embarrassed them about the big potholes that was there, they come running trying to fix road. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen now with Jacaranda because they actually just paved those roads. Let's go. Do you know where Jacaranda is? So you know where, if you go straight down this road, you know where Sapodilla is? The corner on the right or Sapa.
So I can go back through this corner.
Go straight through this. Or you can go this way, you ain't got to turn around. And then go straight up.
All right.
All right, I'll direct you. Just listen out. Okay.
I can walk in. Here you go. Walk there. Let's go. Yeah, you can walk.
Oh,
White boy.
we getting that way. That's his family. Hey, how you doing, man? Yes. Good to see you, my brother. God bless you, man. God bless you, man. You're awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, we got to make this happen, man. Yeah, we going to make this happen. Yeah, we going to make this happen. All right, good to see you all, man. All right, awesome. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see you. I see you. Yeah, the biggest motorcade in Main Ministry, that scared them. That scared them. Yeah, but something coming, but they can't see it coming, but they can feel it. All right, see you all, man. All right, we need that change. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Make this happen. Yeah, man. Blessings. The young and the old. Everybody ready for that change. We're tired of this foolishness. Just making these politicians rich every 5 years. And we around here suffering. And we must still come shaking pom-poms to them. Not a day like it. This fella think he's still young, eh? You think you still young? You running like that?
Oh yeah, man, I get plenty of energy. That's why I can carry on the way I carry on.
That's all that mutton from Long Island. Yeah. We ain't in the same shoe, my buddy. We ain't in set.
Oh, no.
You in set with Pinta them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You and Pinta them in your 60s. Yeah. You go in the senior line to, let me get this call again. Call you live. Oh, sorry, hello.
They said this is supposed to be a road straight to meet up in there.
Yes. Hey, my brother, change is here. All right. Okay, perfect. So what to do? Send that video to me so I can share it. So we can. send it to the producer. All right. All right. That's
send a video to you for you to play. But when we reach the studio, right?
Yes, I'll send that video to him. So again, we're rolling through Pinewood, giving them a tour of Pinewood, and the real issues of Pinewood, not just the little handouts and stuff. They want to give you handouts to keep you broke. That's all their plan is to keep you broke. All right. Yeah, they just want to keep you broke, getting handouts and. Yeah, the sewer, you can smell it from here.
Yeah, I smell it.
Yeah. And the sewer on the other side. The sewer is in the next block, and we can smell it from here. Yeah. Yeah, that's where the baseball park is right there. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing a tour of Pinewood and some of the real issues of Pinewood. Because they seem to think that because some people are giving out some little handouts here and there, that deals with the real issues of Pinewood. No, that deals with keeping you broke and poor, so that when they come with their little handouts, you can feel like they did so much for you. We don't want any poverty in Pinewood. We don't want farmers. We want real change. Real change. You go to the street where they just pave. And let me make this clear to all of you. Paving, putting tar on dirt. That's not paving. Dirt is going to move, and you. All right, and that's why. All right. That's why you're going to have potholes again, and so that's only going to last for a few weeks. But the minute you have some rain, everything's going to move, and you're going to have potholes again. And so don't celebrate the little short-term stuff that they keep doing to make you feel like they did something. All right? And so the engineer is showing you what they did in St. Augustine, Florida. And so I'm going to send it to the producer once it uploads. And show that quick. Miles Serota insulted this family by putting their grandmother on this sign, their great-grandmother, and without any permission. Those persons have complained. They've also come to me to complain. Look at the water, man. They've also come to me to complain. All right? Put the camera on me. Miles Serota, you promised those people you would take that down because they gave you no permission to put that lady up as if she's voting for you. And the family was very angry. You should not do that without permission. Especially not after you've neglected that woman and not been there for them. That is wrong to use these people like that. And so, to my brother, Denari Roll, wherever you from, just go there, and they have some issues. Wherever you from or wherever you live, they sure they got some issues there. Go deal with that there. Let people handle Pinewood. We good. We got good, professional, strong people in Pinewood. We can handle this. All right? Miles Serota, you've already failed us. We're not impressed by the little handouts. That's our money. We're not impressed by the little jobs. That's our money. All right. We ain't impressed. All right. And so these are real issues. So the sewage problem, they didn't talk anything about that. All right. They talk about the flooding problem. Why they talk about the flooding problem? Because it's popular. Because I keep bringing it to the forefront. Others keep bringing it to the forefront. That's why they're talking about it. All right. All right. That's why they're talking about it. All right? And so, all right. There he is. Okay. Oh.
It's Jack around. They're coming out.
You go right.
Right.
Actually, strangely enough, left is Bamboo Town. And right is Pinewood. All right, and so this is the road. They did this road. There was massive holes in this road, and we had embarrassed them about this. Actually, where's the drains? And so we're going through half. We don't see any drains yet. All right. Change is here. Change is here. Change is here. What's up?
You did a lot.
Okay, we looking for a drain.
That's in a drain, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we found one. Stop. It clogged? Man, no man. That's man, I thought it was lying. Jesus. The thing.
You know.
What? Hey, my brother, what's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This Sterling is one of Mazaroda PLP generals here. All right. Work's getting done. Tell Mazaroda that this full of dirt and tar and rock, and it's a drain. And it's summer now. All right. No, don't run. Enjoy the rest of your day too. But we gotta live here. Might as well have to live here.
COI.
All right. So tell Miles, since you live through here and you just get the contracts, tell him give you a contract for this. He running like boss. Look at this. Look at that.
Where you come from, man?
Wow. See this bubble? This water comes in your house? Don't put them on camera. Don't put them on camera. You can come, but don't put them on camera.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Tomorrow, we got tomorrow, you come tomorrow, yeah.
Hey, does he look chunky? Yeah, you see the water line on my house?
Wow.
That's the water line. That's what I had to put in my house.
Come.
That's what I had to put in my house to stop the water from coming. Oh my God.
And the water still is getting.
You see this thing you to stop the water?
This the water. This the water line that he had to put. This is the water line. All right. That's where the water comes. And of course now the drain is all clogged up. And look what he had to put to stop the water from coming in his house. This is what he had to do to stop the water coming in his house.
Wow.
And you know what's going to happen now that they raise the road? More water is going to come in your house. This is so idiotic. This is idiotic. And some of that water is going to come underground up in your house. It comes underground?
In my bedroom.
Wow.
If I show you some of these videos right now, if I was to show you some of these videos of my house stuck on water, it's unbelievable.
Wow.
It's really unbelievable, Mr. King.
Just so you know, I walk homes and you had to change your roof too.
Right now, I could walk on the side where it needs damage and repairs right now.
When they built these homes, they knew that these was only for temporary use, not 30-day mortgages. They knew that. They knew they was ripping us off. All right, all us who grew up here, they knew they was ripping us off. They made $1 billion from cutting down the hills. How long you live in Pinewood?
I've been living in Pinewood now from the age of 11, and then I moved out and I moved back in. I've been back around now about 12 years now.
So I moved in Pinewood in 1982. All right, and these was hills all around here, and they cut them down. Remember the park used to have all those big mounds where they did cut down the hills, and they had it there, and then the trucks would come and take them. Pinewood was hills, and they fooled people to think this was a swamp as an excuse to not do anything. All right? These houses are breaking apart. This was a crime against humanity, and I can make them pay for that. All right? I can make them pay. Watch how we could do it. All right? And F&M and PLP did it. Not just Brent Simonet, Frankie Wilson, Craig Simonet, Bradley Roberts, all of them was partners in our back homes. F&M and PLP. It ain't just Frankie. He's just the chairman. He's just the face. But all of them did this together. All right? And we going to make them pay. A young man from Pinewood is going to rise up and make them pay. All right, my brother. All right. Yeah. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She says I'm the reason she registered to vote. Yeah. So when you look at this now, they already have a flooding problem, and the woman who came to us is right. This is garbage, man. This is nonsense. They borrowed $20 million and squandering the money on elections, giving out trinkets. All right, so you see now the water is gonna, there's a little bit of rain, a couple minutes, and you see the water is now going into people's yards. And that ain't the real rain. When the real rain comes, you can see what happens. So, and that's water. That's water. That people have to deal with. Oh, look at the oil. Yeah. All right. So let's go in the truck. Yeah, all of these are clogged. All of these are clogged. All of them. See, that's clogged. You only get down 6 inches or so. All right, let's say it out. When you get to the park, stop by the park, the big park again, right by that bus. I want to show them something.
They put that grain there. And water, they put water here. I know grain.
And so the people of Pinewood have been suffering for many, many years. Many years. This is ridiculous now. It's unacceptable to keep voting them in. So the question is, what you think will happen if you put the F&M there? What's going to happen if you put the PLP back there? Nothing. All right, my brother. Look at those people had to put a whole wall. You see how high they had to put that? Too late. Hey!
Yeah, that's all one right there.
Wow. Yeah, we showed the other ones.
Yeah, see this one here, but see the one can't go nowhere.
Yeah, okay, come.
They cover this out, so it's not just can't go. See here? There's no place for the water to go, because that's full.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing. All right, my brother.
And I tell the gentleman he's doing it, he said, well, the people who come behind, they will clean it out. It's not a Haitian guy. Somebody have it.
They have the Haitians doing the work, while our Bahamian, our brothers.
That's one over there. They even have nothing inside it.
Wow. What's that? Man, stop it.
They even have no, that's dirt.
Look at the drain.
They even have nothing for the water to go through. There's nothing in there.
Loretta been knocking on your door yet?
You think he's full come on my door? He don't come, but he's past my house straight, because he know I never vote for him.
Wow.
I wish I had
Look
a
at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. All right. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the park.
That is rain. This is why the water is made.
Where the water goes? What?
I can't be half of the water.
Where the water goes?
In the road. Don't matter how
She said when it rains, the water goes that high.
Yeah, this is how the water is. And my car is but half of the water. So.
Wow. Wow.
So you know what to do now.
And they got the 20 million and still wouldn't fix it. It ain't like the money ain't there. You brag and say that the loan was there. Trying to flam the Bahamian people again. Be another term of flamming. All right, let's go.
Okay. Let's go. What a mess.
All right. All these people had to change their roofs, had to invest. You know, the roof is expensive part of the house. Everyone had to change their roofs. Who could afford to do it?
There's still get cement on that.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, keep cement.
And then when you see that, when you look inside and you see how it's falling apart, it'll blow your mind. You know, this how they got wealthy, and the money they are giving out to you, the money they coming to you with, that's the money they made by robbing you. All right, that's the money they made. And so we got to catch sense. Or you could just keep voting for them, you know, and they'll continue to get rich, and they'll continue to give you trinkets. Right. You know, give you a couple little handouts while they're making the big money and putting it in offshore banks, giving them their big contracts. So y'all asked about Pinewood and Sebastopol. Sebastopol asked about Pinewood. Well, this is Pinewood. All right, just let me stop by the bus. Just show the bus. This is a bus. They spending all this money on campaigning, but wouldn't spend the money on helping the people of Pinewood. A bus like this could have been used to move our elderly around. They have a budget for it. A bus like this could have been used to help our elderly to get transport to their therapy things. You can go.
You can go.
All right.
That's another one breakdown.
Back to headquarters.
Yes.
Headquarters.
And so, instead of wasting money on campaigning, you could have, yes. Instead of wasting money campaigning, spending all this money campaigning, why don't they spend that money doing for you? They're going to spend about $100 million for the election, to win the election. Why do you think they're spending that much money? How much money do you think they're going to make from doing that? Both parties. Both parties. You know, they are. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Both parties. When you're suffering. And they want to keep you addicted to handouts. They want to keep you begging while we want to free you and empower you. That's the difference. All right. And so we're headed back to headquarters now. That's all I can show you for today. We can deal with that shanty town that they're building up in the bush. That's where, remember one time ago, some fellas wanted some farming in there. That was land owned by Waters and Sewage, and they wanted to use it, but they were blocked from using it. But now the Bahamians were blocked from using it, but now we're seeing other people are now utilizing that area. After they blocked those decent young men, Bahamian young men, from farming on that land right there, now other people are there. This is always how it happens. My Lord, I don't know when Bahamians are going to have had enough, but at some point, after had enough, right? So when we get back, so I wanted to show you that, and if you look at the main Pinewood Road, we're passing a lot of houses that are on hills. I want you to drive around Pinewood, certain areas. You can see that there are houses. Show them over there. Show them over there. There are houses that are elevated, that is on hills. Show them all these houses. It's right across the road from my headquarters. See, that's a hill. All right, all of them. All right. Pinewood was all hills, and they broke it down and made. Oh my God, they haven't rally out here. Where all these people come from? Any of these cool? All right. I see people calling me already, but we haven't opened the place. Oh! Say again? Say it again.
Yes. So the lift station that doesn't have a treatment plant. That is the proper way to do sewer systems that it won't affect the community.
Okay.
All right?
Right, so it doesn't have a treatment plant. That's how y'all doing? JG, come in! Do a mic check. All right, we switched over. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are back live in studio. Actually, we are on the porch by the COI headquarters in Pinewood. This is Pinewood, Bamboo Town, and Seabreeze headquarters in Pinewood on Pinewood Drive, because Bamboo Town is right across the road and Pinewood is right here. and Seabreeze is right down the road right there. And so all of us are sharing. All right. All of us are sharing this this headquarters. All of us are sharing this headquarters. And so, y'all tell them, bring me the documents that's in their place. All right. And so, as you've seen, I know Pinewood because I've lived in Pinewood. These things that you saw today, you never heard LaRoda talking about. You never heard Denari Roll talking about. These are real Pinewood issues. These examples of them. And so, we're tired of the slavery. We are tired of having to come on the park to get handouts and backpacks. We tired, man. We tired. I don't know if you're all tired, but I tired. It's time to empower and uplift our people, man. Our people moved out of Baintown and Camp Road and other areas thinking that they would get a new lease on life, to get their own home. Single mothers came down here in Pinewood to buy these houses. Didn't know they was getting swinged by the PLP and F&M. Didn't know that. They did this to us, and they continue to do this decades later. Decades later, it continues because no one has stood up for the people. And so the fight continues. If you want to see my plans for Pinewood, some of them, just go to votelincolnbain.com, and then you can go in your menu or scroll down and look and see the vision for Pinewood. All right? My bio is there if you want to see. All right. Yeah. If you want to see what I have accomplished, come, you all too quiet now. These people don't hear you all. I see a whole crowd of people here. You can see my bio. You can see our Vision 2030, Vision 25, the previous one. You can see our documentaries. All of this stuff is right there so that you can see them right on my page, votelincolnbain.com. And so if you want to know what our plans are for Pinewood, and we didn't just throw that website up. We switched over to that name recently, but our website has been up for a while, and we've... All right. And that's what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we finish, we're going to turn this over to the police. But there's stacks and stacks of cards, Chinese, work permits, workers' visas, etc. Stocks and stocks. All right, I'll stop here. Stocks and stocks. Some of them are expired. All right, I haven't gone through all of them. All right, but some are expired. Some of them are expired. I haven't gone through them, but there's stocks and stocks. We can turn this over to the police. But all of these are Chinese. I can't hold the mic and talk to you, so I'm just going to put the mic down and show you. Chinese. And some of these say work visa. Some of them say work visa. And then there's another one. There's two types here. Some says work permit and some says work visa. Some says work permit and some says work visa. All right? This is a work visa. This card is issued by the Government of the Bahamas This card is not transferable, and use of the card is subject. Come, y'all make noise, man. Y'all make noise. Y'all do quiet. Don't come in pine with quiet. If the card is damaged, please notify the immigration department. If the card is lost or stolen, notify the immigration department and the Royal Bahamas Police Force. So once we finish here, we're going to notify both of them. We're going to notify both of them. But there's stacks and stacks. And all of these are Chinese. So these work visas, this work permits, this one look different from them. So this the work visa, whatever that is, and this the work permit. All right? So this represents, each one of these represents a job that a Bahamian is robbed of. Each one of these cards represents a job that a Bahamian has been robbed of. Thank you. All right. So, this the work permit, and it says who they're supposed to be working for. And it doesn't say on the work visa what they're supposed to be doing in the country. All right? It doesn't say you can be a handyman or a carpenter or a skilled labor. It doesn't say that. It's just a work visa. All right? Yeah, so that means that they can do whatever they want to do. So, yes, they do whatever they want. And this work permit, all right. All right, so this work visa says skilled laborer. Skilled laborer. So, do you know what that means? A carpenter, a plumber, a mason, or anything a Bahamian can do. All right? That's all that means. A skilled laborer. So, regular jobs that Bahamians can do. This is not anything specialized. So, all of these, every single one says skilled laborer. Every single one. Skilled laborer. Bunch of Chinese. Skilled laborer. All right? Skilled laborer. Now, I'm told by the persons who informed us of these that these were thrown in the trash. Disrespectful. Now, what is so curious about that? The fact that this was thrown in the trash, literally it was. We went to inspect to make sure that they were saying the right thing, and we went and we saw that it was true. They were thrown in the trash. Now, this is what's so curious about that. If you get a driver's license and it expires, you keep it, right? You just hold on to it. So if you get a work permit and it expires, all right. If you get a work permit or a work visa, and you decide to leave, you take it with you. You don't give it back to your boss for them to throw in the garbage. Now, if it was some illegal document, you don't want to return that. Oh, yeah, that's right. You understand? And so, maybe these could have been illegal documents. Made up documents. Because they tried to throw them away instead of returning them to immigration. And so that's what's so curious. But the important part of this isn't whether these were legit or not. I have no interest in that part of it. The important part is that every single one of these represents a job that was taken from a Bahamian young man. Every one of these. Every one of these could have led to a robbery. Because if a young man can't eat, what you expect him to do? They want to work. They do. But what do you expect them to do? See, Bahamians aren't lazy, you know. Bahamians just ain't gonna work for free. You gonna need to pay us with sense. You ain't gonna pay us what you're paying these Mexicans on the Keys. And so I saw Mr. Kimsey Ferguson out there with some of our government persons. I just want you to know that we are with you. You want to know my stance on it? You got to move the PLP and FNM because you cry under the PLP and you cry under the FNM. And then you move one and put the next one and you cry every time. Every time. And you keep crying and crying and crying. I cry in the morning, I cry at night. I cry, 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 and cry. At some point, we got to catch sense. All right. All right, my brother. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, all right. Each one of these represents a possible robbery. A robbery of a job from a Bahamian young man and possibly a Bahamian young man who's going to have to rob to eat. And so all of these contribute to crime. The money these fellas are making goes out of the country. It doesn't help us. All of these. It goes out of the country. All right? And so that's the situation with this. And I wanted you to see that and understand that. All right? We're going to turn them over to the authorities. All right? Just had to screenshot something. All right? So we got a couple more things. Don't move. Don't go nowhere. All right? So, also, ladies and gentlemen, Luby Georges did a post on his page, just basically to tell them don't vote for the COI. Now let me get something straight for y'all. If they feel that the COI is not going to win, why they feel it's so important to tell their people don't vote for the COI? They ain't telling them don't vote for no one else because they know that they feel that the COI is going to win. That's why they're talking about us every day. Every day, that's all they're talking about is COI. They ain't talking about PLP and FNM. The truth is talking about the COI. All right? And so let's go to Luby George's page and hear what he had to say, because I want you all to stay awake. Let me see. Let's go to this. Luby. Okay, Luby is watching also. All right? Let me see. Luby says, as persons of Haitian descent living in the Bahamas, we have to be careful who we align ourselves with politically. This is Luby, who was aligned with the FNM against the PLP a few years ago, and now he's aligned with the PLP against the FNM. And so, all right, my Bahamian people, we need to align with the Bahamian people. We need to align with the Bahamas. And anyone who is out of line with the Bahamas, especially if you have just a piece of paper, you need to leave. If you are discouraged with any Bahamians, the law says you got to go. He went on, the Coalition of Independence has built a lot of its voice and visibility around immigration, but not in a balanced or solution-driven way. He said, The Coalition of Israel has built a lot of its voice and visibility around immigration, but not in a balanced or solution-driven way. Okay, let's dissect this, all right, just for my educated public out there. Normally, I don't respond to trolls, but this is a teachable moment, all right? So you could understand when we get in why we have to do what we have to do. But our visibility came from educating the Bahamian public about the natural resources, about our carbon credits, about going on Bay Street and fighting for our natural resources, tabling bills about our natural resources. That is what we've always been about. That's what we continue to be about. That is where we got our notoriety. Now the problem is, as we were studying our natural resources, we saw persons of Haitian descent squatting on our natural resource, which is our land, illegally and unlawfully. And we had to make sure that no one is coming to our country and kicking our Bahamian elderly women off our land. All right? No one is coming to our country and taking advantage of what is ours. And so we don't have a problem with Haitians at all. We have a problem with illegal immigration. And I will stand up for any Bahamian woman who has been kicked off her land by Haitians, or Bahamians, or Cubans, or Mexicans, or Americans. I stood up. It just happened to be that Haitians keep doing this. Okay? Miss Curry, they wasn't on our land first, you know. They was on someone else's land. Mr. Daxon, a police officer. And he came there in his police uniform and told them, get off his land. And they moved immediately. See, they ain't mess with him because they know that's the police. And they went next door, right next door, to Miss Curry's land. They realized she was on her own. Oh, this is just a little old woman? And they kicked her off the land. They told her, if you come back, they will kick her and they threatened her. And then they broke down her house just to show her they was in charge. Destroyed her crops to show she was in charge. She tried to get help from every single government official and could get none. She went to everyone, including Brave Davis, including Hubert Alexander Minnis. No help from anyone. No help. And then someone told her to call Lincoln Bain. Once she was able to show me that that was her property, we went there. And we went there with the police. And we served them to get off. And they didn't. So we went back there with the tractor. And instead of the police assisting her and us, and we went there with police, they sent another police, who that was, Barnaby? They sent, Brave Davis, them sent Barnaby to stop us from running the people off our land, even though we had a court order. Protected the foreigners over a Bahamian. And so we fought, and eventually she got her land back, and we was able to run all them off the land. So she's now back on her land. All right? And so we don't talk this, we do this. We've been fighting for the Bahamian people. And so that's what happens. And so for this gentleman, don't confuse yourself. We don't have a problem with immigrants. We need y'all to come work for us, but we want y'all to come work for us, not us work for y'all. And when you come here, you behave yourself. You come in the right way, and you behave yourself. All right? So let's continue. And he said not in a balanced way. Listen, we are very balanced. There's no time I speak about immigration where I say that I don't hate anyone. It's very balanced. This isn't about hate. This is about doing things the right way. Don't try to use reverse psychology on Bahamians because you want to take advantage of us. That ain't hate. If you break in my house, if a Bahamian break in my house and I kick him out of my house, I'm not hating Bahamians. Yes, there's right and wrong. And so if you want to misunderstand me, then so be it. All I want is for it to be done the right way. All right? He said too often the messaging leans into fear, blame, and division. And we all know who that energy ends up targeting. You know what? I can't even read the rest of this nonsense. I can't waste my brain power on that deceitfulness that they're trying to play on the psychology of persons. But what he is doing is reaching out to Haitian Bahamians. You know why he's reaching out to Haitian Bahamians? Do you know why he is telling me, at the end of that, he is telling them to not vote for the COI? Do you know why he has to do that? Because there are Haitian Bahamians who say they're voting for COI. Because not everyone is into Louis them corruption. To the Haitian Bahamians out there, the Bahamians of Haitian descent, let me get this straight. Louis George is making money off y'all. He's only doing this corruption to make money. This benefits him. That's what he's fighting for. His bread and butter. He don't care about y'all. He care about his bread and butter. So don't be fooled. All right? We want this country to have law and order. We don't want to run immigrants out of this country. We want you to come here the right way, or we can run you out. All right? If you're here working for us, all right. If you're here working for us, you cool. You're working for us. If we bring in a Filipino maid and she working for us, okay, cool, you work for us. You can come stay in my house, you can take care of the house, but you can't take over the house. When you get to the point where you want to take over, you gotta go. When you get to the point where you cursing me out and telling me your children smarter than my children, you got to go. And so there's no compromising on this. I'm not pandering to anyone for votes. We can have law and order, and we can do this the right way. Haiti was destroyed because of lack of law and order. That is not going to happen here. And so if you think for some reason that I hate any group of people, then so be it. Ask what Louis Georges did during the earthquake for Haiti. I know what I did. I got a whole plane and filled that plane with medical supplies and other supplies, and call the United States of America Army and tell them they cannot tell me I can't come to Haiti because they don't own Haiti. And they say, okay, Lincoln, come. And we went and did that. Several trips. We even rescued one Bahamian of Haitian descent who was there. We took a whole plane to rescue one woman. Is that what you do for people you hate? No. Ask Louis what he did for them. But for political reasons, they are going around making it seem like we hate people, making vague statements to make it seem like we are saying stuff. What word did I say that was racist towards Haitians? I'm not talking about anyone who might be a supporter. They have a freedom of speech. I'm talking about me. Louis Georges grew up with me in the barbershop. From we was boys, we went to the same barbershop. Louis, I've never been racist towards you. I've never been prejudiced towards you. If I have, you expose it. Yeah, maybe I should have. Right? Maybe I should have. We are not against anyone, but you can't come in a man's house and take over. You can't come in a people's country and take over. We got to protect this. And I'm calling on every Bahamian man, just how Louis is protecting his people, we got to protect our people. Me fighting for my children don't mean I hate your children. I'm fighting for mine. I don't owe your children nothing. I got to fight for my people because that's my people. I ain't looking towards anybody else. And who don't like it, too bad. This the people I got to worry about. This my neighbors. This my brothers and sisters. This my family and friends. The Bahamian people. And Louis George, if you have a problem with that, you have a whole country you could go to. Yes. Carry Frankie and Brave with you. Yeah, Kerry Fred Smith. And Pintard. All right. And so, don't mind them spreading. They're spreading this thing that the COI hates people, and we don't hate nobody. Whenever they tell you that, tell them, give you the clip where I was saying anything hateful towards any other race of people. I don't hate nobody. I can't. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm a follower of Christ. I don't follow voodoo demons. I believe in the one and true living God. And I only pray to him. And I don't do no funny rituals. I don't wear no funny beads on my hand. There ain't nothing in my pocket. I don't cut off no chicken head. I believe in the one true and living God. I have a message. I'm going to open the phone lines in a minute. I have a message for the Christian Council and the pastors of this country. It's time to stand up. Mario Moxie is now the new head of the Christian Council. You've been fighting for different causes over the years. You were one of the leaders of the no vote when it came to the gambling, etc. in this country, to selling out to the criminal mafia that was turning drug money and using numbers to launder their drug money. I'm calling on you to stand with me on this. You should be diametrically opposed to Sabas Basian running. You should be speaking out. Why are you quiet, pastors? I need you to stand on this. Our government has been corrupted. That means our nation will be corrupted. Persons were smuggling drugs, guns, and people. They use that money to go into numbers, and eventually, I'm not talking about all the number men, just these specific ones. And they use the money to go into numbers, to launder the money, to buy buildings, to launder the money. And now they're going into our government. You see, if they had decided to keep this thing on the side and not mess with government, you see, we don't need Sabas trying to be a pastor. If you want to do your numbers, do your numbers. But we don't need you coming into the clergy. Likewise, we don't need you coming into the Honorable House of Assembly. Not coming from where you came from. We got to keep our country clean. And I'm calling on the pastors to have courage to stand up. Have the courage to stand up. You may lose a contract, you may lose crown land, but you will gain a nation. You will keep the integrity of our nation. And the blessings of God. And the blessings of God, that is correct. I'm standing in the front line. I'm standing in the front lines. I'm getting threats. They got a hit on my head. I hearing the PLP called me so they can find something to arrest me for in the coming days. They can make up something if they don't have nothing. They got a call yesterday and today. They can make up something if they can't find nothing. I don't care. I'm going to speak to what is right. You could do whatever you want. You can't do nothing to me unless God delivers me to you. And he ain't finished with me yet. All right? And so, to the people of Fort Charlotte, just like you voted no to gay men, vote no to a fella thinking he could come there and throw around a couple dollars and think that he could buy you. You should be insulted. Be insulted by that. And so, Christian Council, I expect you to stand with me This person is posting this island belongs to Haitians after COI. All right. Proud Haitian, God bless Haiti is what they're saying. Yeah, so they keep posting. I'll let them post. We won't block them. I'll let them post. Keep posting. You got a couple more days to post, eh? Couple more days. So, Bahamians, I'm asking you to stand with me as I stand up for this nation. Stand with me, y'all. And so, all right, I'm going to open the phone lines, 803-5995, 803-5995. There are some people who believe, all right. There are some people who believe that, hey. Yeah, go ahead. Sit right here. Sit right here. That microphone right there is for you. I get it.
Okay, Bahamas, my name is Donna Dawson Major, and I am the Coalition of Independence candidate for the great constituency of Elizabeth, which I will win. However, I need to bring something to the Bahamian people's attention that is diabolic and should have never happened. On the day of election, after the polls had closed, I was outside because I know I had to watch a certain person because they were very nervous and they were back and forth on the phone. So I decided I'm going to stay out and watch her every movement. Maybe half an hour after the polls had closed, Ms. Turnquest, I don't know if she is the returning officer or the presiding officer. I don't know what her rank is. However, she comes running out of her room, and everybody was towing behind her. And I'm trying to figure out where's this woman going with this box.
Someone is saying they can't hear you. I don't know if that's the old post. Yeah, everyone is saying that. Producer, they're saying they can't hear her. Let me see. Let me double check.
They don't want to hear me, so they're going to interfere.
Give me 1 sec. Let me make sure. Go ahead.
Yvette Prince, can you come up here, please? Because you was a witness to this. Yvette was there when this all transpired. Okay, like I was saying, can everybody hear me now? Okay. It was probably about 20 minutes or so after the polls had closed. You know, some of the lines were longer than the others, and so some of the stations closed before the others. But this particular one where Ms. Turnquest was, I don't know if she was the returning or presiding officer. Very short lady, no more than but 4 feet high. And Yvette and I were standing outside, and all of a sudden, she comes out of her room with the box and everybody in tow, and she was heading toward the parking lot. So I stopped her and I said, "Excuse me, madam, where are you going with this box?" I said, "Excuse me, madam, where are you going with this box?" She said, "I'm going to the bus." I said, "Which bus are you going to? Because there's no bus here." And she said, "Oh, no bus is here." I said, no bus is here, so you need to take it right back in the room where you got it from. JoBeth Kobe was sitting there, and mom's the word, she didn't open her mouth. Okay? And after I rebuked her like a spoiled child that was being reprimanded by their parent, she turns around and she took the box back, right, Yvette? Into the room. I started to speak with one of the other presiding officers, and I said, before she left, I said, and in fact, at least one of us from each candidate is going to accompany this box. She said, oh no, y'all are going to follow the bus. I said, hell no, we are not going to follow the bus. We are going to be in the bus along with the box. Okay, so I said, she said, well, that's not our instructions. I said, well, you need to call Mr. Thompson because we getting in the bus with the box. Call Mr. Thompson with me there, and he said, no, we have to agree to let one of them go in the bus. Okay. Maybe about an hour and a half later when the bus did come, I get on the bus, someone from the F&M and the PLP got on the bus. I said to Yvette, I'm going, you could send one of your weaker persons, I'll be there to watch out for both of us. I'm sitting on the bus, the box comes on the bus. We're sitting there for about maybe an hour, right? We were waiting for Yvette boxes to come out and one more of my box. And so we're sitting there very patiently. All of a sudden, two of the officers, maybe one presiding, one returning, I couldn't tell what their rank was, the same short lady who I had rebuked earlier, along with the other lady who was in one of Yvette rooms. And they comes on the bus with some, I think, police officer in plain clothes, and then another officer in khaki, and said, we come for this box. So I said, what you mean you come for the box? The box is here, and we waiting for the other boxes. Before I know it, they rush in there and took the box off the bus. My Elizabeth box, off the bus. So now I'm running behind them in my little high shoes. Everybody, that's when y'all saw all of, bring the box, bring the box, bring the box. They went and took the box over to the Yamacraw Yvette's room, not where it came from. And so everybody was trying to stop them. Some of the FNMs were standing right in front of the door, so they were able to push the door open. Now, I'm going to be quite honest. From where I was standing, if you all play that video, you can see Jobette Kobe in front of me with her PLP hat on, and I'm reaching over her. If you would play it, you would see. Jobette is saying, bring the box, bring the box. But then she's looking at the woman, she's saying, she's shaking her head, no, don't bring it. Bring the box, bring the box. No, don't bring it. Okay? Now, if y'all think I joking, watch the video. Okay? And so, between the F&M pushing the door open, and a lot of COI persons also pushing from the side. I was trying to get in, but Jobette was in front of me, almost preventing me from walking on her, because you know she's short and I'm tall. But in any event, what happened should have never happened. First of all, they tried to steal the box, take it to the parking lot. They probably had their decoy in a car somewhere. I stopped that. Then after I stopped it, they went to their plan B. While the box on the bus be getting ready to go, waiting for the remaining 3 boxes. 1 more for me and 2 for Yvette. They comes on the bus and takes the box off the bus. My box, the one box that was on the bus. Okay, so something has to be done. That has never ever happened in my lifetime. I don't know about anybody else. Okay? I don't believe she was able to change that box at that point, but I'm not 100% sure because I didn't get to the door in time to actually, when the box hit the door, to see whether or not a box was passed in exchange and they took that box. All I know is she kept, because everybody was saying, bring the box. And she pretended to be with them, bring the box. And then her head was like, no, don't bring the box. If y'all think I joke and watch it, we need to deal with stuff like this, okay? And I have to let the Bahamian people know that Jobette knew I was kicking her backside. She knew that. Brave knew that, okay? And so they devised a plan, and not just with me. We need to be very vigilant to try and steal this election from the COI, but in the name of Yeshua, it's not going to happen. But we need to be vigilant and know everything that they're trying to do. And another thing I have concerns about, if you look, there's a list saying where to collect your biometrical cards. First of all, you know, I was trying to alert people because I went there in my constituency because my card was damaged. And I went to get a new card because I say they may use every little excuse not to allow me to vote. It wasn't damaged in no major way. And while I was there, I waited about 2 hours in the Cable Beach area, and I watched them as people came in. And I'm not going to be very long, Lincoln, but this is very important. And as the people came in, who were, they added a new constituency in the Kalani area, and so people were coming in to conform with that. And some people had damaged their card also. And there was this form to fill out. They didn't explain to people that they were asking for permission to get your fingerprint from the passport office. That was one of the questions on the form. Persons weren't aware what that was all about. But I was aware that that had something to do with the biometric cards. So when they asked me, I said, hell no, you're not getting any permission to get my fingerprint from the passport office. So what I want to know is, how is it then that you are saying to persons, collect your biometric cards from various different places in each constituency, or they have maybe 3 constituencies that are in the eastern area sharing the same place for you to retrieve your card. How is it then that you can retrieve your card without giving permission to get your fingerprints from the passport office? Huh? How is that? Because that is one of the criteria upon which they actually give you the biometric card. That's a $1 million question for me. Okay, how is it? And I'm hearing that persons has voted already. So who has voted using these biometric cards? That's another question for me. I'm very concerned about that. And how is it? How are they going to be able to sort of amalgamate that into the voting system once we've voted? I have concerns about that. So there are persons who are saying that they voted with the biometric cards. I want to find out whether or not, Lincoln, that is in fact the case. And if it is, how many persons have been issued biometric cards? And what about the ones that didn't give permission, depending on who all has been issued biometric cards? Because you had to give them permission to get your fingerprints from the passport office. That's the $1 million question.
There's a lot going on in the Parliamentary Register's office. We don't know how many people has these cards. We don't know how many of them voted with these cards. But we know that there's certain persons in control of these things. There's a gentleman named Dusty who's working at the Parliamentary office, who wears campaigns in PLP shirt, and he is basically running things at the Parliamentary Register's office. And he campaigns in a PLP shirt. All right? He has the key to the safe. He has a key to the safe. Dusty does. He has a key. And also, the SIB has a key. And so when you hear him say the Parliamentary Register Department have a key, he has the key, not the commissioner. He has the key.
Before I lose my train of thought,
Oh, sorry.
very important. Speaking about who has the key, I work around the courts and I know certain police officers. There's this police officer, Bessel, I'm going to call his name. I'm not going to call his first name. Works for SIB. He is brave, #1 man. When I got to the police headquarters that night, and I'm happy that I took on that role of going there myself. When I got in the back to where they were, and I looked, who was there minding that safe but Bessel from SIB, brave right-hand man. I said to Bessel, Bessel, you again? I say, now I know these boxes are not safe. And if I didn't say them, may God strike me down. I said, Bessel, you again? Because me and him always having it out. Okay? Wow. You remember when you was at the parliamentary and me and this officer was going back and forth?
Yes.
Okay, I know him from court. Okay? Bessel is a do boy for Brave Davis. What is he doing? Spearheading, securing our boxes at the police headquarters. What is he doing there?
Well, Brave also has someone in charge of SIB who is controlling the election thing. He convinced Brave that he is good with elections, and and dealing with election situations. So Brave has him dealing with it, and so he's there representing Brave. And the second in charge also is, I think, the brother-in-law of the person who's in charge. And so Brave has this kind of incestuous kind of, and this is my opinion, nepotism going on with SIB, and that's why, for the first time ever, they have a SIB really controlling everything with the elections. They have the keys, they have everything. And so they're using this to control what's going on. So an assistant commissioner of police at SIB is controlling this whole election process. This is unheard of, and I want the international community who are watching right now to understand what is going on. And there needs to be a dossier done on this election situation so that we can know, they can know what's going on, so that they can know to not recognize this election if it comes to that.
And how timely. You know, Shanta Knowles had her day to actually shine as the first female commissioner of police in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Shanta Knowles, I respected you. I mean, I've gone to you or come to you on many occasions before you've had that position to complain about officers, and you did your job, your duty, and you satisfied me. But I'm very disappointed in you this time. What has happened that all of a sudden you're sick during a time such as this, when we depend on you to be the first female to make a difference in this country, and all of a sudden you are sick, Shanta Knowles? Shanta Knowles, come forward and tell the Bahamian people the truth. What happened? Did they make you take sick leave so that they can put their corrupt people in place to carry out exactly what their plans are? Because the Bahamian people are looking at you with jaundiced eyes right now, Shanta. You're going to go down in history as a loser. What happened, Shanta? What happened? Were they trying to force you to do their corrupt work? And now you before you do it, you just rather throw up your hands like Pontius Pilate and walk away? We need to know.
Did she start the sick leave yet?
Yes, and that is why these persons are operating in her stead. She's not there. She is the commissioner of police. She should have full carriage of this matter with respect to these boxes. Okay? But she is not there. This is her time to run this country as the commissioner of police and the first female. Shanta, I need you to tell us what's happening before I cast doubt on you. Okay, please. I pity you, Shanta. I really do. I expected more from you.
Wow. And I'm told that Corpse Rule is gonna take over. I don't know if that's gonna be the final decision, but Corpse Rule, that's just PLP. That's just pure PLP right there. And so, yeah, you want to say something?
I guess, to me, that was a crime scene that should never have happened.
The Elizabeth and Yamaha situation.
Yeah, that should have never happened. My name is Yvette Prince, and I'm the COI candidate for Yamacraw. And to witness something like that, it's a crying shame, and it should have never happened. There was a lot of screaming and shouting and pushing. They were actually gliding across Donna. We were looking, but they must have noticed that her back was turned, and they were just gliding right across her, and then she caught them. It was about maybe 6 or 7 of them, and they were just gliding out with the box on the side of her. So when she caught them, she's like, where are y'all going this box? And so they said to the bus, they said, where's the bus? The bus hadn't even come for another hour. The box was nowhere in sight. So we don't know where they were going to take that box. That was just a crime scene. It was nowhere in sight, and came maybe an hour afterwards. And then after she went on the bus with the box, then they were inside the room with my box, and they took another hour before they came back with my box on the bus. That's a crime scene. And I feel like that needs to be investigated.
Yeah.
That needs to be investigated. That's crazy.
All right, we're going to go to phone lines now. Call you live. Go ahead.
Hello, yes. Good evening, everyone. Yes, my thing is, Commissioner Shanton Knowles was at the regatta last week having a great time. I think she left the regatta on Sunday. I'm trying to, anybody can get sick at any time, but all of a sudden this time, this crisis going on in the Bahamas, all of a sudden she gets sick. I think it was planned, and nobody could take that away from me. That was planned. That was planned. This is how I feel, sorry. I just want to put that word in, because she was down there having a great time in Exuma. As a matter of fact, I have pictures and videos of her. Okay? All right. Yes, good job this afternoon, Mr. Bain and Pinewood. Good job.
Thank
You're
you.
showing everything that the Bahamian people need to see, okay? You all have a pleasant evening and keep on doing what you're doing. I'm moving and praying for you all, okay?
Thank you.
God bless.
All right, and this is the kind of things that happen all over this country, and there are people that know, but it's like the Bahamian people have no voice. They have no one who's going to go out there and have the courage to speak out for them, and it's like you're just talking, all right. It's like you're just talking and no one is listening. You feel like the authorities are corrupt. You know, we're going to turn these documents over to the police. And you know they could try to find some way to twist and turn, and then it's going to be under the rug. But all these Chinese documents is going to be swept under the rug. We just need a new government. We got to get rid of the PLP and the FNM. Let's go back to the phone lines. Call you live. Go ahead.
Good day, Mr. Ben. How you doing?
Awesome.
You can hear me loud and clear?
Yes, go ahead.
A very pleasant good evening. Good night to your panelists, to your guests, to all of the candidates. God is the greatest. Listen, Mr. Ben, I know we talking about, you know, what's going on with all of these boxes, and they moving the boxes and they doing this and they doing that, right? Mm-hmm. But what we have to understand, at the end of the day, even though we bringing it to the public's attention, we need not even focus too much on it, because right now as we speak, they're going to do whatever they want to do with those boxes. After, like how we break in now for the election, they already do what they have to do with those boxes. So it makes no sense dwelling on it. But how I feel, Mr. Bean, this election coming to the finishing line is going to be too big to rig. You understand me? Yeah. So even though they do what they have to do with those boxes, I'm not even minding that. You understand? Talking about Shanton Knowles know what's going to happen, the backlash. So I think she probably stepped away from it and used sickness as an excuse, because she know what is coming and she don't want to get caught up in it. So that's why she probably stepped back. But I was watching the live. Excellent job. Keep up the good work, everybody. And change is right around the corner. Have a pleasant good night.
Thank you. God bless you. And so listen, the Commissioner of Police is the Provost Marshal, meaning running the country right now, because the House of Assembly is shut down. And this is actually a serious situation, all right? The person in charge of the country is just reported in sick. And we are not even sure who is taking over. Did they announce who's taking over? We don't even know who is running the country right now. Wow, this is crazy. What's that, armor truck? The prison bus in the middle of the night? On a Sunday? The prison bus? And police outriders, all right. All right, well, that's how it works. And so all over the Bahamas, we're being neglected, and we're experiencing what we're experiencing. There's secrets going on all over this country, and it's like, we just need change, man. The civil servants, I mean, they just suffering right now, man. Everything is going haywire. The country does not work. The question is, what are we going to do? What are we going to do as a people? We can just sit down and let this happen? We got to vote them out. We have to. So some of you are out there saying that you haven't seen your candidate yet. Let me tell you, it is very difficult to see 6,000 people in a few days. It's very difficult to see 6,000 people in a few months. All right? And so we need you to go to the polls and just vote. Just go to our website, look at who the name is, and just vote. I know you want to make a calculated decision, but let me help you calculate this decision. Under the PLP and the FNM, you keep getting failure. You're getting bad health care. It's getting worse and worse every time they come in. Bad education, getting worse and worse every time they come in. The cost of living goes higher and higher every time they come in. The country is falling apart every time they come in. We got to do something. So if you want to calculate, there's some people still on the fence, they don't know how they're going to vote. How could you not know how you're going to vote at this time? You know what's going to happen if you vote for the PLP again. More of nothing. There will be change, but it's just going to get a change for the worse. You know what's going to happen if you put the FNM back in there. They were horrible. They did crimes against humanity. Yo, come on, man. Call you live, go ahead.
Good night, Lincoln Bain, hope all is well.
Yes.
Can I tell everybody of the nation of the Bahamas, can I tell them today, who don't want better, vote FNM and PLP. Can I tell you today, this Bahamas needs change. These people are getting richer and richer, and the people out there are getting poorer and poorer and suffering. But if they want change, and they want it to happen now, they better vote COI. They better vote for y'all. And can I tell you today, whatever crafty things they are trying to do with this election, God sets them up and takes them down. And the ones that have integrity and will walk in obedience unto God, they will win their seat. So don't mind the craftiness they are trying to do. It will not prevail in this election.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
I have a comment on here. Someone says, Lincoln been in, this the Haitian person who putting up the Haitian flags and stuff. They said, Lincoln been, hold on, let me get this caller. Oh, I lost it. Okay, call you live, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Lincoln Band.
Yes. Go
How
ahead,
you doing?
caller. I'm awesome, man.
This Cadero from San Salvador. When you coming this week?
It won't be before election. I got to win Pinewood.
You get doing Pinewood.
Yeah, man.
But you'll make your way this way, though.
Say again? Election.
You'll make your way this way, though.
Election is now in 8 days. Every island wants to see me, but I can't get to every island, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all I can tell you is vote for change, and I'll be that way.
Well, that's what I plan to do.
Awesome, my brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We gotta get rid of the FNM and PLP.
Yeah, San Salvador is suffering. They still
Say that again.
I mean, it's crazy. We like you're living in the 1950s, you know, in San Salvador. We need change, man.
Man, they get even worse. They dig up the road, perfectly good road before election.
Wow.
Now we got the 8 road.
What? Wow.
And these roads was down from Navy base time, from American time. They dig them up. Now we get dust and dirt.
What they call it? That's progress. Yeah, man.
Progress. I know what that is.
Progress. You're going from tar to dirt. That's progress.
Tar to dirt and curry and dust.
Wow. Thank you for your call, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I can send you some pictures.
Thank you. 803-5995, 803-5995 is the numbers. That's the numbers. Listen, we need you to go to the polls and make this too big to rig. We need that. Bahamians, vote for change. Don't fall for the tricks of the FNM and PLP. Most of those people you see up and down behind them, they do that for contract. I can tell you one thing, that mega rally that we had, not one person was paid to be there. We didn't bust nobody there. That's everybody who wanted to be there. And everyone was sober. Let's go to phone lines. Call you live, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. They ain't answering. Caller, you live. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, good night.
Good night.
Hi, good night, good night. I just want calling to say that the Jason guy, he is posting some some hateful speech. I'm just calling to let you guys know that you can report him for posting hateful speech. Understand, being divisive and stuff like that. And I also want to say that most of the people that's voting PLP and FNM and stuff like that, they're mainly people that's benefiting from the way the country is now. They're not voting because they love the country or because the party is better or nothing like that. They benefiting from contracts or, other stuff like that. So I just want to let the people know, don't be deceived by the PLP and FNM, because the only people that's voting for them or supporting them are the ones that's benefiting from the way the country is. That's it. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Call you live. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Bain.
Good evening.
Our next Prime Minister.
Thank you.
I want you to know, sir, those Hamanites you see today, you'll see them no more.
Amen.
And those ditches they're digging, you remember the gentleman, Haman, when he tried to annihilate the Israelites?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That same gallows they're digging for you and for us, they're going to go in those same gallows. They're wicked, wicked. You have a good night, sir.
Good night. Thank you so much. So after the day, we have 8 days to the poll. This is the countdown. This is it. Election isn't something in the future. Election is here. So we got to continue to go into the highways and byways, talk to our friends and family in order to get this change. We can't rest on our laurels. We got to fight for this. We got to go to the last drop. Let's go back to the phone lines. Call you live. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Good night, Mr. Man.
Yes.
I have a word for you from the Lord. The Lord said, you are the next Delilah Butler. And when he showed me you were standing in this dark blue navy suit. And you were holding up an iron shaft, a rod. And he said he has his hands on you, and no man can touch you. That's all I have to say.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Okay, don't forget, you're the next Delilah Butler.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. All right. God bless you. I appreciate that. God bless you. And so this fight has started many years ago, and it's culminated to this. The battle lines are drawn, and we are going to the election ready to bring in that change. This is what we've been fighting for all these years. We're finally here because if we don't win this election, it's over. This do or die. Do or die. Call it. Okay, we lost the caller. This do or die now. And so, if you let the PLP get back in there, dog eat your lunch. If you let the FNM get back in there, dog eat your lunch. All right. And so we got to stand up and fight, Bahamas. We got to fight. Call you live. Go ahead. Go ahead, call you live.
Hi, nice to be in. Just want to say I'm so grateful for everything that you're doing. I just wanted to say one thing. I feel as if because, we're a democracy country, we don't really have much say, even though we are under democracy. I feel like those boxes should be watched by people. They should implement like a live broadcast of the boxes where you can watch the boxes 24/7, 24 hours a day. Where you sure that nothing's going on with it. Like the news media outlets can go live and news coverages. There should be something set up in place. Whenever the box is on, they should be watched 24/7. So that's to help the situation that the box is being read.
Yes, thank you, caller. That's something I did suggest to them when we had our meetings with them, and they are refusing. The PLP doesn't want it, and the FNM doesn't want it. Why they don't want the boxes being watched, I don't know. I don't understand. But they are in this together. All right? And so I stood up, and told them we need a 24-hour camera with a clock in view so you can see the clock running so that they don't do a freeze frame. And the FNM and the PLP refuse it. They don't want it. I also suggested that we should have several keys for the vault, one for the parliamentary commissioner and one for each party, so that you need one of those keys to get in. And so the FNM nor the PLP wants that either. They want the slackness. They want to be able to just get in the box and do what it is they want to do. All right, caller, thank you. All right. All we have to do is make it too big to rig. Simple. Come out in mass numbers. Call you live.
Hey, Mr. Ben, how you doing?
Awesome.
All right. My name is Nestle Phyllis, man. I living here in Orlando, Florida. I used to live in the Bahamas. I want to tell you, you're doing an awesome job, Mr. Ben. You and the COI doing an awesome job. And as a Bahamian of Haitian descent, I support everything you're doing. Everything you're doing. Don't let lobby them distract you. Don't let none of the distractions they throw in your way, or the hatred, or none of that. It's because they know that you get this election wrap up. Okay? And another thing I wanted to say, I believe another motorcade or even something within that vicinity would be awesome to end somewhere in the week before the election, just to get your message across to some more of the younger voters, because you get a lot of, I call them swing voters, who still confused and who still under the brainwash of the PLP and FNM. So if you could make one good push to just grab some more of those voters, just to finish pushing over there, I feel like that'd be something, a plus for the COI.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah, man.
Right. Call you live. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Good night, Ferguson here.
Yes.
I was reading something on Facebook this morning. It has been alleged that Ali McIntosh has a day in court next week, Tuesday, with an injunction against the government and the Haitian people voting in this upcoming election. If she is on the line tonight, can she refute that? I'll hang up and wait for her to record.
All right, thank you. Yes, she most likely is listening. But what they did was they filed a lawsuit saying that the registration documents are going crazy and we need to get them together before we go to the election. And that is something good, to get them together. Now here's where the problem is. There's theory and then there's practical. Things work good on paper, but in the real world, you have to look at what the real result is going to be. And so what they want is for the government to halt the election until they get the registration documents in order. Now here's the problem. If you win, you still lose because you have the same result. It could take, as it did in the early 90s, it could take, sorry, I know y'all couldn't hear me, sorry about that. It could take about 5 years. So I'll explain it again because I wasn't holding the mic to my mouth, so the people online couldn't hear me. They put in for the election to be halted until the registration documents, etc., gets together in order, and that's a good thing. But there's theory and then there's practical. Things sound good on paper, but in the practical world, it doesn't work out that way. You could win in this instance and still lose, because you want that to happen so that the government doesn't continue to rule, that they don't cheat the election and get another 5 years. The problem is you're giving them more time in office by what you're saying. Let's say the government say, oh, this is a good trick. Brave says, you know what? We don't have to worry about going to election. Yeah, we'll get the papers back together. We'll get it in order. And then that's going to take another 5 years to do. It took almost 5 years when they did a similar exercise in the 90s, when Ingram them took over. And so, how do you send the rat to guard the cheese? How do you send the criminal to investigate himself? You send in Brave them to get the register in order? How is that going to... Tell me if you thought this through. You send in the criminals to investigate themselves? That can't work in the real world. We just need to get them gone, and we need to make it too big to rig. It's simple as that. So if you want a real solution, that's it. Now, remember, the judges you are going before was appointed by them. What result are you looking for? And so you're helping them stay in power for a longer period of time. If you win your injunction, they just stop the election. They just get to stay for a longer period of time. And there's nothing no one could do. And then all they got to do is keep stalling and saying, oh, we ain't calling an election because we ain't get this stuff right yet. You got to think things fully through. Now, if the international community determines that there was skullduggery done, then they won't recognize the election. Then the helicopters come in. Let's go to phone lines. Call you live. Go ahead.
How you doing, Mr. Bain? How you doing? Calling for. My name is John Smith. I just wanted to say, you're doing such a great job. How you doing, Mr. Bain? Good night.
Good night, my brother. Go ahead.
Calling from Miami, Florida. As a fellow Bahamian, I just want to say I've been watching your progress. From
Thank you, man.
And I really appreciate what you're doing for the people, and just to bring about change, and for the young people of the Bahamas, and just kind of secure our future. From other people, other prime ministers, other politicians, you just actually giving the people opportunity to learn and just educating them, and I appreciate you for that. And I like you say, I have kids too, so. It's not just about the folks who are already here. It's about the future, and that's my kids and the kids of the Bahamas. And like I say, I feel like you're going to be a great prime minister, and just keep up the good work. And, I feel like this election would, really draw in a lot of the Bahamians abroad to really want to come back home and make that change for the Bahamas for the better. So continue the good work and keep it up.
Thank you, man. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think we got to wrap it up there. It's after 9. I know we started late. Oh, Lord, we got a couple calls coming through. This person been trying to call. Call you live. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening. How you doing?
Awesome.
Great. President Bain, it was an awesome opportunity last evening to shake your hand in the restaurant. I didn't go into talking to you too much because I know you was tired after the live. But my son was there with me. He also thank you for the opportunity to meet you. One of the questions I had, and I haven't heard anybody, dealing with this much, but just a few days ago, on Friday, possibly Thursday, the whole site that went viral, Bahamas-vote-finder.lovable.app, the parliamentary commissioner came on and said that it was coming off the next day, and it did. But while it was live, my big question is, and I think it needs to be addressed, is that I believe, in my opinion, that the sovereignty, the national security risk that it posed, and also personal identity risk that was posed by this site being live. Anybody, anywhere around the world, Timbuktu or anywhere else could put in any voter or could put in any name of a Bahamian, and that will tell them if they're registered or not. And if that Bahamian is registered, then it will not only tell them their year of birth, it will tell them the constituency they're voting in, and it will release their voter card number. Now, I don't know if generally the voters' registration is public information and anybody could get any information off it, but it was public, and a lot of people have seen it, probably thousands. Now, what makes that even more compromised is that if you went to parliamentary department itself, they had a kiosk that a young person guided me through it. And we asked me to put in first name and last name. And not only did the year of birth appear, but all your information, constituency, number, polling division number. This one actually showed your date of birth, not just year, but date, which is month, date, day, and year. And it also showed how to find you in terms of your residential address. I think as it appears on the voters registry, say if it's Robinson Road North and Key West Street East and then somewhere else south, it showed you exactly where that person lived. I think it's a risk. I think it might be ridiculous, but it's possible. Somebody from anywhere could come and have a good intent. They could watch you if they have a constituency, because there's only one constituency you could be voting in.
Yeah.
You could say right there, somebody could shoot your picture already to them. That's one. Or two, it could be somebody who know you. They couldn't have seen you for 20 years, but now they could go to parliamentary, register, put in your name, and know exactly where you live.
Yes, caller.
Through a dead-end corner.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for your call. The parliamentary registry is public, and that is something that has to be considered. But everything in the Bahamas is just too slack. All right? We got to fix this. Call you live. Go ahead.
With me.
Call you live. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Lincoln, how you doing?
Awesome.
That's good, man. I just called to say you're doing an amazing job as a youth part of the Bahamas, man. It's good to see somebody fighting for a good cause and for a good change, man.
Thank you.
A lot of people believe FNM and PLP have their best interests at heart, but like I said earlier, those guys, they only interested in bribing the nation to get their things done. But I see you really looking out for the nation, Mr. Lincoln, man. That's all I call to say.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Call you live. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, call you live. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you live. Go ahead.
Yes, Lincoln, man.
Yes.
I'm here in the U.S.
Yes.
I went to the embassy. I went to the consulate, actually. And I tried to vote. And they told me that
They told you what?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Yes, and I went to the consulate and I tried to register to vote, actually. When it was displayed to me that I have, residency or whatever the case may be, mind you, I voted before in the Bahamas. I was told that it makes no sense for me to vote for me. I have to go home to vote.
Are you in school or you work for the Bahamas government?
No.
Okay, so the way the system is set up now, in order to vote overseas, you have to be in school over there, or you have to be working for the Bahamas government. That's how they set it up.
I feel like that's not fair.
Yeah, me too.
They're trash, rubbish.
Yeah, me too. So you will have to come to the Bahamas to vote, okay?
Okay.
All right. God bless you. All right. So we're going to end it there for the night. We can't take any more calls. Listen, man, we got a few days left, and we got to finish strong. And so to all of our candidates, I want you to hit the ground hard Work every day. Be in your constituency every day, all day. Nothing that you could think is important right now is important. More important than this, I should say. Nothing. All right? We also need anyone who wants to volunteer and be a poll worker, come out. Whatever constituency you're in, or you could work in another constituency. It doesn't have to be the constituency you're in. We need you to volunteer to work the polls. We got to watch these ballots. Don't just tell us, brave them on teeth election, what you could do. We need you to come and watch them. All right? We need you to come there and be there to help us to keep this in order and keep this in line. All right? So this is very important. We got to watch them. You know they're trying to steal this election because there's some indictments that may come down on them if they lose. And so that's very important to them. I don't want you all to think Sabas is running because he care about Fort Charlotte. All right, so someone in this position to run to make $28,000 a year, that ain't adding up. To run to have the position of MP, that ain't adding up. Because with the kind of money that they have stolen and laundered over the years, they're more powerful than members of parliament. And so it's something else, all right? And so y'all better wise up and wake up. Don't let them corrupt our one nation, all right? So I think we have to end it there for tonight. Any other announcements we have? Anyone here? Go ahead.
Last week Sunday was my grand opening in Yamacraw, and I talked about a toilet situation in Yamacraw. And would you believe, sometime this week they sent me a letter accusing me of putting a toilet in without permission. The thing about it is, Nassau Cruise Port is a whole huge construction site. The sewer lines were put in when they did the construction. I had nothing to do with it. There are 50 retail spaces out there and they all have a sewer line, but now they're accusing me of putting in a toilet with a sewer line that they put in the building, in the whole Nassau Cruise Port, and asking me to have it removed by May 24th. That is ridiculous for them to accuse me of putting a toilet in some place that has a sewer line. So I could either acquiesce to their request or I can stand up. And I'm standing up for the other tenants at Nassau Cruise Port. And I'm appealing to Mike Morrow, who's the CEO at Nassau Cruise Port. I'm also appealing to the CEO of Global Port Holdings to revisit that situation and fix it. Having a toilet in a space where you work for 8, 10 hours is a basic human rights, and in 2026, we should not be having this conversation. It's just ridiculous. And so I'm asking you to reconsider that. I mean, we are all humans. We may have a different skin color, but we all have the same human needs. Imagine you to work and you don't have easy access to a bathroom. For me to go to a bathroom, I have to go across the cruise port and down the way. My space is open. All of the spaces are open. Your stuff is outside. You could lose your inventory just on your way to the bathroom. And then when you go to the bathroom, you have to stand on a line. So that is something that they need to revisit and fix it, because everybody's space is open. So I am calling on the environmental health people to fix it if it's not right, because it's a basic human necessity. I'm also calling on the director at Ministry of Tourism, the PS, even at the Office of the Prime Minister, the Director of Investment, the PS, all of the people in charge at the port. Who's in charge of the port? Well, I don't know who's in charge of the port, but I'm calling on the PS, the Director of the port, PS, whoever's responsible for the port, to investigate that situation, because that is something that everybody needs. It's a basic human right. So over the years, I've had to stop drinking water because you don't want to go to the bathroom. And so now I learned that the people out there are not drinking water because they don't want to have to go across the street or down the road to the restroom. That's not good for your health. And so I'm just appealing to them to revisit that situation and fix it for everybody.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So for persons who are entertaining Louis Georges online, having anything to say in our country, this is the book that he, Fred Smith, and Michael Pintard did. Against the Bahamian people. Treason. This is a demonic book. Just like the demonic book of named Politics that Michael Pintard did. Don't let Michael Pintard, Fred Smith, and Louis Georges take over. Y'all better be wise. If you let it happen, don't cry. You take your blows because you let it happen. All right? So I think we got to end it there. I just wanted to remind you again, Bahamas Air is doing all these flights to Haiti. They have a third-party person collecting the ticket money in Haiti, but they're not getting the money in the Bahamas. Yes. They can't hear you. They can't hear you.
A lot of Haitian migrants are coming from the Turks and Caicos, because if any of you have listened to the news lately, the British have their own thing going on. They're like ISIS in the U.S. So we have to really be vigilant. We're going to be flooded with them now, because one of the first places they're going to come from the DI is right here in the Bahamas, somewhere in one of our most beautiful islands.
Wow. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for elections. Go out and go early. Don't be deceived. They want to make it hard for you, so you leave and don't vote. And then the foreigners vote. And then their staunch people vote. Who they bringing out there? That's why they did that. That's why they did that at the advance poll. They know that the regular Bahamians were going to leave. The ones they brought there, they had to wait on them. The other people, they're going to stay in the line. They're going to try to discourage you. But you got to remember, this is your country you're fighting for. I'll wait all day for this. And so I don't care if it takes from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. I don't care if it takes 3 days on that line and it's snowing and hurricane and storming. Stay on that line to save your country. This is it. This is your last chance. May 3rd is your last chance. May 12th, sorry. 1 and 2 is 3. And I see with numbers. May 12th is your last chance. All right? 3 is Brave Davis witchcraft number. Yeah. Focus. That's why he did it on April 30th, and that's why he's doing it on May 3rd. That's his, I keep saying that, May 12th. That's his number, all right? That go deep. But we got to stay strong and we got to stay focused, all right? We are going to win this. We are going to win this. We are going to win this. We ain't getting no battle to tie. We ain't getting no battle to almost win. We ain't getting there for just me to get in the house. We going for the whole hog. We want this entire nation. And so we're going to go for it. And we look forward to taking this country into the new Bahamas. Stay focused. Don't get distracted by their lies. And they're going to spread all kind of stuff and rumors, and they're going to say Maria joined the PLP, or they can say that Donna leave and gone to America, and they can say all kind of things. Don't listen to them. If it's some announcement to be made, it can come from me. Don't call me, ask me, hey, that's true? If a troll puts something out there, if you call me, ask me if that's true, I can really be offended. That's a troll. Their job is to lie. Now, don't mind these people, the trolls, or they are paid to talk about exit polls. There's no such thing as an exit poll in the Bahamas. Exit polls are illegal in the Bahamas. And so don't mind them saying, oh, they released their exit poll and this party got this percent, that party got that percent. They know that a lot of people are sheep, and they just want to follow and vote for who they think will win. And so they want to try to make you feel that their party winning. So don't fall for that nonsense, all right? This is an underground movement. This is the most dangerous movement there is. You can't see this coming, and that's what they're afraid of now. They didn't think this through when they decided to block us from the media. They didn't think that through. Now they can't see what's happening. They can't hear from the people. You talking to your family and friends in the house, they can't hear that. You talking to your co-workers at work, they can't hear that. You talking to your church members and evangelizing them, they can't hear that. They used to controlling elections by the media, but they don't understand how this is working. They don't understand that 3 million people could watch our lives this week just on my page alone. They don't understand why so many people are paying attention. People know when they hear the truth. People know that the politics have been lying to them all this time. And people know that it's time for change. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in. We're going to have a couple more lives this week. We'll make the announcements. And so just stay tuned, and when we call you, come. But God bless you. Thank you for standing up. Thank you for standing with us, giving us the biggest motorcade in Bahamian history that scared the hell out of them. But we just getting started. See you next time.